family 12, party 15 or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Guilty. Outperform, outlast. Guilty. With top performance. Guilty. Chakama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electricians. Fancy select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. 1 to 4, Delta Supply. We service what we sell.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket for the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion. With my KFC, I'm gonna be me, jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15 or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Imperial, optical, crystal, clear view. True. Focus on winning. Focus on you. Never miss a moment. See it all through. What we do? Focus on the Olympics. Yeah. We are here for you. Imperial, optical, crystal, clear view. Focus on winning.
Of course.
Focus on you.
Together we're our people standing strong. 3 million Jamaicans, let's work as one. Such a course and work with a plan. Proud and tall, let's make the whole world understand. Every Jamaican have the heart of a champion. Such a core, big up with champions. Watch my style, watch my skill, watch my flow. Standing out anywhere where we go. Many goals, many dreams, many strides. On the black, green and gold, and we pride. Proud and tall, let's make the whole world understand. We are strong when we are one. Sagicor, celebrating Jamaican success.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage is brought to you by
our diamond sponsors:
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich.
Or gold sponsors:
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew.
Or silver sponsors:
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade.
Or bronze sponsors:
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks, First Rock Group, Grace Foods,
and our other sponsors:
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royalton Resorts, High-Low Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network. Welcome to Nationwide 90 FM's coverage of the Paris Olympics. Paris this morning, PTM is done. We are now into Paris this afternoon, PTA. And in front of us in this session, we have the men's 400 meters round 1, the men's 100 meters semifinal, the women's 800 meters semis, the men's 1500 semis. We also have the small matter of the men's 100 meters final to bring the day to what we hope will be a thrilling and successful crescendo as far as Jamaica is concerned. And I used the word crescendo because it's the closest I could get to Kishane. I could have said a climactic moment or a climax, but no, a crescendo Kishane, if I was rapping, it could work. Yeah? Anyway, good afternoon. My name is George Davis. I'm here with a team Mr. Repechage has left us for the afternoon. His place taken in the relay pool by Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, who reports fresh and at her foreseeing best as she was on Saturday's program when she was predicting everything bar the lottery numbers. Beside her is Trevor T.C. Campbell, nicely freshened from his morning nap, and Raymond Casey Graham. He never sleeps because his mind is continuously turning and he's getting information as he looks to outdo Juliet in the accurate prediction stakes. Good afternoon, lady and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Jared.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
George.
There you
And what
go.
about you now?
Me?
Oh, yeah.
Because you've been working non-stop.
Yeah, man, but
You're fresh, but you look fresh.
He's an
Yeah, man,
energizer.
good man.
Energizer.
Good man.
Energizer.
Yeah, we're good. Drink enough water is the key. Yeah, drink enough water is the key.
Let me start drinking then.
Start drinking. Wayne Walker is over there in Paris with us. Well, for us, he'll be the man handling the interviews, and Wayne's interviews have been tremendously well received since since today. The Cheyenne Salmon interview was brilliant. All of them were good, but Cheyenne Salmon's interview and Daryl Neata's interview, and of course the one with Lene Thomas, the 200-meter sprinter who made the semifinals, also having people talking and people wanting to know where they can find it to listen again. The first semifinal in the men's 400 meters. Well, before I even go there and tell you the lane assignments, Juliet, your impressions of what happened in the morning. We had athletes in multiple events. Sherika Jackson did not start in the 200 meters. Everybody knows that. And of course, we had one athlete not qualifying, Tajay Gale, in the men's long jump. But apart from that, everybody through to the next round of their event.
Yes, a very disappointing morning, I think, for a lot of people. But you did call it, right?
Yeah, I did call it.
You did call it to say that we...
And when you say you mean Casey?
Casey
Yes.
did say that he doesn't think that she's going to show up for the 200 meters since she had pulled out of the 100. Yeah, I think it was disappointing, to say the least, that she wasn't able to compete in the 200 meters this morning. But we saw in the 200 meters, our girls went through. In the 400 hurdles for the women, Salmon and everybody went through. And unfortunately, Gale did not look. And he hasn't, since that injury, a few years ago, he just hasn't come back and looked himself. And so... we're happy, however, that we have some persons now moving on to the next round. And so I'm just looking forward to what's to come this afternoon. I'm hoping for some medals.
Hoping for some medals.
Yes.
That's the best we can do.
And a gold at least.
Absolutely so. Nothing is wrong with the way you're hoping. All right, the first round of the men's 400 meters on track. Heat 1 has Kentaro Sato from Japan. It has Christopher Bailey from the United States. Sato is in lane 2. Bailey is in lane 3. It has Havard Bentdal Ingvaldsen from Norway in lane 4. DeAndre Watkin, the Jamaican, will run from lane 5. Matthew Hudson-Smith, the Brit, is running in lane 6. Chidi Okezi from Nigeria is running in 7. And Alexander Pohorilko from the Ukraine will run out of lane 8. The times here going in, Watkin has a season's best of 44.48, which makes him the second fastest in the field this year. Christopher Bailey has a 44.42. KC, should Watkin, if he runs to his best, qualify from this event?
He should 3. I think he's in the top 3. I think Hudson Smith is the top person here, and Christopher Bailey of the USA and Watkins. So he should be in the top 3. So he should go through.
All right. The qualification standard sees first 3 in each heat advancing to the semifinals. All others will advance to the repechage round. All others will advance to the repechage round, except those who are disqualified, those who fail to finish the race, or those who enter a DNS in the event. So first 3 in each heat through to the semifinals. All others must come and run again to make the semis. Let's go across to our commentators.
He was in fact the British Olympic trials winner in the
in the first heat in the first round of the men's 400 meters, 44.78. Christopher Bailey qualifying with 44.89 from the USA. Norway's Håvard Bentdal Ingvoldsen qualifying with 45.46. The Jamaican DeAndre Watkin coming in 7th in the event, 7th and last place with 45.97. And literally, the word repechage, the French word, translates to second chance. And as I've been explaining to my panel, it originated at the Olympics in rowing events to give people a second chance, given the conditions that they would have competed in. It's applied more broadly at the Olympic Games, and Watkin will grab on to this second chance, although TC will tell you that, well, if you're producing 45.97, don't know why you're getting a second chance to go through to the semifinals. Am I quoting you wrong, Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
I'm quoting you right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, good.
Right.
At 45.97. A disappointing run at Juliet. At no point did he look as if he had his running under control.
Not at all. And I think, for 400 meters, you need races. For any leading up to the Olympics, you need races. And I don't believe I've seen any other 400 meter runners since trials.
This is the first run. This is his first run.
Yeah. Since the trials, I haven't seen any of them competing on the circuit in any even small meet. You need races when you're a quarter miler. You need races for sprinters, and remember, the 400 is a sprint.
And George,
yes,
and so I guess I'm not that surprised, but it's unfortunate that he's coming in with 44 low. Ran a 45.97 struggling.
Almost 46 seconds. That's Casey.
And what is so sad, these guys, they failed to help the 4x4 team.
Yes.
They were thinking about individual 400. And you come here in your first and run, you are the national champion, and you run 45.97. And you didn't want to help the 4x4. When they were asked to run the 4x4 at the national championship, they declined. Because they are concentrating on the 400, and you come here, and as Juliet said, you have to compete regularly. This is his first race since the national championship. The only one who has competed is Javon Powell. He ran a 200 meters in one of those small meets in American Track League.
Mm-hmm. Wayne Walker is with us. Let's join him via Paris Connections.
Paris Connection with Wayne Walker is brought to you by the Sagicor Group. Out of many, one pulse.
Paris Connections is happening now. Wayne Walker, good afternoon. Jamaica time.
Well, good afternoon. The time is, good evening. It's 10 minutes past 7 o'clock here in Paris, and the sun is out, and the sun is going to be with us until about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, which makes us very tired in the morning because we take it for granted that it's early in the afternoon when sometimes it's 10:30 at night and the sun is still out. It's crazy. And just now, DeAndre Watkins, who participated in the first of the 400 meters, he says he has a problem with his left hamstring, and he's going to try to sort it. So we're here and we're ready to roll again, like we did this morning with the interviews and the insights. So we're going to be hanging around on the line almost as an extended part of the panel, and as soon as we're ready, we'll just in and out.
Excellent. The bona fide part of the panel, not an extended part. Bona fide part, very important part. Thank you for that, Wayne. So Wayne is lurking as he grabs the interviews. He'll be interrupting us to go across to him to hear from the athletes as they compete. So Watkin TC carried himself like a man who wasn't all that good, because as he's telling Wayne now, a left hamstring problem, perhaps explaining why 45.97 is what he produced.
It's hard to, not knowing just what Wayne told us just now. It will be difficult to see the national champion go to Olympics and perform the way he did. 45.97. Call at 46, just so that everybody understand what we're talking about. And I am relieved to understand that he has a problem. And if he did, I'm surprised that he would have gone and finished the whole race.
Yes.
So,
well, in order to get the benefit of the repechage, he needs to have run the course in the same way that the American sprint hurdler this morning did this morning after falling asleep out of the blocks. The second heat rather, in the 400 meters, the lane assignments. You have in lane 2, Busang Kebina Chipi from Botswana in lane 2, Michael Joseph from St. Lucia in 3, Attila Molnar from Hungary in lane 4, Sean Bailey, the Jamaican, in lane 5, Michael Norman, the American, in lane 6, Anthony Jose Zambrano from Colombia is in 7, Amar Ismail Yahya Ibrahim from Qatar will run from lane 8, and the man they call the Dream, Jareem from Trinidad and Tobago, Richards, he's out in lane 9. Does Sean Bailey have the wheels to get out of this heat, Casey?
Yes, he has been our most consistent quarter miler for the past 3 years. At the national, he was the defending champion. He lost his title, but I think based on his experience, he should. But Jerry Richards, he has shown good form of late, and Michael Norman, we have not seen the real Norman as yet. He has been very quiet because I thought he was a medal contender, but he lost at the national day trials.
Well, I thought he'd have been the next American superstar when he just emerged as a
he and
senior.
Benjamin, they were training partner, and Benjamin has gone well in the 4 hurdles. So I think Sean Bailey, with his experience, he should come out once he's healthy.
All right.
And I must say, Michael Joseph, he went to high school in Jamaica from St. Lucia.
Which high school he went to?
Kingston College.
Kingston College. Just say it. No, that's what I'm asking, because we know that you want to say it. No? Let's go across to our commentator.
Meters of work in your legs. The lack.
In 5th, but Wayne Walker, we understand, is with the Olympic 100 meters champion Julian Alfred.
Yeah, but she was waiting until after the 400 meters. And she couldn't be standing beside me without other people swarming down. She's Julian Alfred at the end of the day, the new Olympic 100 meters champion. And now she's coming my way, finally. Thank you. She's telling the videographer from another television station that she has to come to Nationwide 90 FM. Could you come a little closer?
Gremlins in the line. No, gremlins in the line working against us. Let's see if we can we record. Can we? No. Oh my.
What the last 2 days you've ever had?
No, it's not working. It's a pity. Wayne has the Olympic 100 meters champion. He did grab an interview with her this morning, but she was so tired. He only asked her one question, and then he just promptly sent her on her way because she said she was dog tired after her exploits yesterday in that opening round heat in the 200 meters. And we have her now when she's fresh, and the Gremlins have decided to act against us. But in Heat 2, Michael Norman, the American, a season's best 44.10. He's through. So too is Jareem Richards, the Trinidadian, with 44.31. The Botswanan, Busang Kebinat Shipi, a 44.45, a personal best. And the man in front, well, those three are through automatically. Amar Ismail Yahya Ibrahim from Qatar, 44.66, a personal best for fourth. Sean Bailey, the Jamaican, 44.68 kc below his standard.
Yeah, I'm disappointed again. Our second quarter miler and our most season quarter miler. Something seemed to be wrong. Our quarter miler not running well. I don't know. As Juliet said earlier, they have not been competing on the circuit. So this could be one of the reasons, Juliet.
Yeah, I really do. And you know, known for the 400 meters, it is disappointing not to see anybody really come through and stay there. We've had some good times, seen some persons come through, but not stay there for a number of years.
Yeah.
And so it is disappointing. 44.60, it's not a bad time, however, but again, just not enough to really get through.
Again, repechage will come to his rescue. Heat 3 of the men's 400 meters, round 1. In lane 2, Bayapo Endori from Botswana will run from lane 2. Muzala Samukonga from Zambia will run in lane 3. Matej Kursek will run for the Czech Republic from lane 4. Jean-Paul Bredow will run for Germany from lane 5. Laith Pillai from South Africa, he's in lane 6. Dylan Borley, one more of the famous Borley brothers who've been doing so well for Belgium over the years, he runs from lane 7. Lucasito represents Italy, he's in lane 8. And Yuki Joseph Nakajima from Japan is out in lane 9. The fastest man in this event this season is the man running from lane 1, Bayapo Endori, with 44.10 seconds, which is the time that Michael Norman just registered to win in that was a season's best for Michael Norman in Heat 2. The statistics, KC, say Endori is a cut above this field this season. Do you expect him to breeze through to the next round?
Botswana has shown a lot of...
Hold on, KC. I understand that Wayne has Sean Bailey. Go ahead, Wayne. Wayne? The line is bad again. Continue, Casey.
Okay. Botswana has shown a big improvement in their 400 this year. They have a very strong 4x4 and he's their top runner. 44.10, he has been running good this season. I expect him to dominate this heat and win.
All right, so 44.10 is the best time going through from Heat 3. Well, going into Heat 3 of this event. No Jamaican present, but we're going to take all of the race for you. Let's go across to our commentator.
Champion back in 2021.
TC, he destroyed the field over the first 250, and then he was so much stronger than everybody else coming down the straight, even having the time to ease off the gas and still come through in 44.56.
The key is to doing the good work while you're fresh. You have to be brave, and that he was. Ran very, very fast to 300 meters when asked to do some more, because Endori was coming hard on the inside. He was able to do so, kept him off, and slowed up maybe about 10, 15 meters from the line.
Yep, Bayapo Endori from Botswana was second, 44.87, and Luca Sita from Italy, 44.99. As we told you, the top three go through to the semifinal, and all others must contend with a repechage round to get into those semis. So Samokonga and Dorisito in that order, they are the automatic qualifiers from Heat 3. We've seen two Jamaicans already. We've seen the national champion DeAndre Watkin. He was seventh and last in his heat in 45.97. He'll have to repechage it to the semis, as will Sean Bailey, who was fifth in his heat in 44.68 seconds.
And that's sad, because he ran 44.68. These two just 44.56 and 44.87.
Yeah, in fact,
his time was better than the second place.
And to support you, yeah, because I was going to go to third to say 44.99 got through in Heat 3.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunate.
As the cookie crumbleth, so you will eat. Heat 4 comes up shortly. No Jamaican presence here, but there's an American here who's been catching birds, they say, on the track, as they'd say in another form of racing. Quincy Hall, he'd run from lane 7. Let me give you the full lane assignment. Lane 2, inside lane, Alexander Ogondo from the Dominican Republic. Then in lane 3 is Elian Larejina from Argentina. 4 is the tall man from the Bahamas, Stephen Gardner. Yeah. Lane 5 is Samuel Ogazi from Nigeria. Lane 6 is Reese Holder from Australia. Lane 7 is that American, Quincy Hall, out there in 7. And beside him is another Belgian, Jonathan Sakour, who will run from lane 8. So Quincy Hall at 43.80 seconds, a season's best and a personal best for Hall coming into this contest, KC Graham. Stephen Gardner is here at 44.39 this season, a career best of 43.48. That's hot stepping. Is it between those two?
This is a good one. This is the best first round. Remember, Stephen Gardner is the defending champion. Quincy Hall is one of two athletes to have gone sub 44 this season, and you can't write off the Dam Republic athlete. He's very good. He ran some. They didn't do too well in the mixed relay,
yes,
but he's one of the better quarter miler. So I think this is gonna be the best prelim of the morning.
Yeah, there were a couple of the sub 45 men in the sub 45 men in the event. Elian Larejina from Argentina has gone 44.93 this season, which is also his season's best. And then on the outside, the Belgian Jonathan Sakour has gone 44.98. Stephen Gardner has been troubled by injury all season long, TC. The outstanding Bahamian who can look effortless at his very, very best. He's in shape enough to defend this title.
Yes, I saw him in the Bahamas in the World Relays, and he ran well there. Looked to be getting back into his own. So I'm sure he'll make a good contribution.
Yeah, Juliet, from the time that you were in high school to the time that you finished, you went to college there in the U.S. and competed, the U.S. have had this thing where their quarter mile program is concerned. It just keeps producing. Yeah, and Quincy Hall is the latest hot property off the production line, and at 43.80, he must be dreaming of gold when he goes to sleep at nights.
I'm sure he is, and as you said, the USA really pride themselves on the 400 meters. It's usually that and the 100 meters, but I think Gardner, I'm quite impressed with him over the years, and as was stated, he did look good in the relay, even though it was a relay leg that he ran at the World Relays in the Bahamas, and I was shocked that he didn't compete for them in the 4x4
mix.
Right, in the mix.
I think he's probably trying to save himself.
Yeah. So I'm looking for good things from him.
Yeah, Steve will tell you that. I'm the Olympic champion. Why are you asking me to run in a mixed relay? I have bigger things to accomplish. All right, so those are the lane assignments. We send you over to our commentator. The first reaction out of the 400 Heat 4 round 1 will be from Michael Repechage Carr, who has repechaged himself into his seat here in the studio. It's not even in his usual seat because he repechaged so late, but he's better late than never.
Representing the Dominican Republic.
Against his will, he completed that event in 44:28. I say against his will, he was trying to run as slow as possible, and they still couldn't win. The big news out of round 1, heat 4, the men's 400, is that Stephen Gardner, the defending champion, did not start. He did not report to the start, which means there's no repechage for him, no Olympic defense, no defense of his Olympic 400 meters title. And I was saying to the team, perhaps quite presciently, that these Olympics, when the postscript is written, it will be even more about those who didn't compete in Paris. There was no Shelley and Fraser Price competing, no Shericka Jackson competing. There'll be no Shawnee Miller competing in the women's flat 4, and Stephen Gardner, the Olympic champion, did not turn up for the start. You have, in terms of the people absent, a virtual glitterati of track and field and sprinting who did not turn up, and jumps because of injury. People were injured in that. So these games, I'm sure the IOC must be saying to themselves, well, what did we do wrong? Because we put on these games hoping for the best to come, to grab the world's attention. And yes, we've had some big performances, but the biggest names in the sport, you can have a defending Olympic champion not defending the title, as in Stephen Gardner, and you won't have, there was no Elaine Thompson here to start with, so you didn't have your 1-2 double winner from 2 Olympics running into the third. So these games have been about those who weren't there as much as it is about those who have competed. Notwithstanding that, Quincy Hall ran in 44.1 in 44.28. Behind him, Ogazi from Nigeria was dragged to a personal best 44.50. Reese Holder, the Australian, 44.53. He ran his heart out for that personal best. Those 3 qualify automatically. And even behind them, the man that KC spoke about, Alexander Oganda from the Domrep, he ran a season's best 45.11, but it was good enough only for 5th. But he'll not worry, because he'll have another chance to get through to the semi-final round. Mikey, I did ask that you prepare yourself to react to Quincy Hall's run. He was just trying to go as slow as possible, and even though he did that, they still couldn't finish in front of him.
Good afternoon to all the listeners.
Yeah, there's something wrong with your microphone. The Andrew will come and make some adjustment to you in short order.
You have to give him a repechage.
Yeah. Go again now.
I just like to say,
there we go.
Good afternoon to all the listeners and the viewers. Quincy Hall, as you said, it's like you have a horse that wants to gallop, and you're trying to hold back that horse, but no matter what you do, the horse just keeps moving, and that's how he looked. He was trying his best to conserve as much as possible. Looked good, looked very good. I mean, with 15 meters to go, he actually walked across the line, and they could not that shows his class.
Yeah,
that shows his class, and we expect big things from him come the semi-final and the final.
For many people, the gold medal favorite before a gun was fired at these Paris Olympics to signal the start of an event, Quincy Hall, and he just advertised why he is in tremendous shape heading into the later rounds of this 400 meters. Heat 5 comes up shortly. Davide Ray from Italy is listed in lane 2. Lionel Spitz from Switzerland is in lane 3. Zakithi Nene from South Africa is in lane 4. Lucas Carvalho, the Brazilian, is in lane 5. The Great Grenadian, Kirani James is in lane 6. Leungo Scotch from Botswana will run from lane 7. Christopher Morales Williams runs for Canada from lane 8. And the man Aruna Darshana Singapuraj from Sri Lanka is out in lane 9. Those of you, I see Kareem Boyer things looking quite spiffy around them. Kareem, trivia for you. What was the name of Sri Lanka before the country became known as Sri Lanka? He gives me one of those blank stares behind his shades. Watch him. I said, George, why you pick for me? Ceylon, my friend. Ceylon. Ceylon. And give me the thumbs up. All right, good. So these are the men in Heat 5 of round 1 of the 400 meters. So in terms of times, Kirani James obviously has a career best of 43.74. He's gone as fast as 44.38 this season. You gentlemen and lady, you've been watching, you've seen these athletes all season long. It's not been an ordinary season for many of them. A lot of disruptions. Kirani James has had his battles, not necessarily with injury, but with illness. It's a difference. Illness has plagued him since he burst on the scene at London 2012. But gentlemen, have we seen enough of Kirani James this season to suggest that he's in the 43-74 kind of shape, which he registered many years ago as his personal best, KC?
I don't think he's in that shape, but I saw him earlier. He didn't look the same, Kirani, but he will be motivated. He has won medals at the last 3 Olympic Games. In London, he was first. In Brazil, he was second. And in Tokyo, he was third. And he has also 3 medals from the World Championship. And experience will play a keen role here. And I think he could come to this game. We have seen people like, for example, Shanika Ricketts in the triple jump. She peaked at the right time. I think he could peak at the right time and be amongst the medalists.
No doubt, Juliet, that the man in lane 6, Kirani James, is a class act.
Definitely a class act. And as you said, experience is going to possibly help Kirani in this. It's not, the field is quite even, I believe. Lots of persons running 44 lows. And so I think when it comes down to it, it will take someone who's very experienced and also who has a talent to do this. As you also stated, it's not injuries, but he has an illness, right? And so he's been battling that. So it's really good to see that he's still out there competing at the world level.
All right, want to get Wayne Walker's perspective on the absence of athletes. But after this 50, want to give Wayne time to roll those thoughts, or don't want to rush him, because we're almost ready for the start of Heat 5 of the men's 400 meters.
But you never know.
And doing the business at 44.78. Christopher Morales Williams from Canada second, 44.96, also qualifying automatically, as does the man from Sri Lanka, Arunadhar Shana Singapuraj, with 44.99, a personal best. He goes sub 45, his best ever race at the Olympics. You deserve a cool drink, sir, because you've outdone yourself at these Olympics. What a place to come on the PB, and the PB takes you through to the next round. Just before we go to Wayne Walker, just to mention, we spoke about Kirani James's illness before the event. He has been battling Graves' disease for the longest while, maybe about 12 years now. He found out that he had the condition, and he has been battling it. The second super athlete to have been battling Graves' disease, as we know, because Juliet reminded me that that's what afflicted Gail Devers the outstanding American sprint hurdler and flat sprinter as well. And she managed it. She's managed it for decades now.
She managed it for decades.
Yeah.
And I remember her doing an interview before the Olympics saying that they almost had to amputate her legs or one leg.
One leg, yeah.
Because of what was happening to her. So Graves' disease is manageable.
Yep. So James battling Graves' disease for many, many years now, about 12 years. And he is through to the semifinals of the 400 meters. Wayne Walker, wanted to hear your perspective on the bevy of superstars who didn't compete at Paris. Some of them in Paris, but not fit enough to do themselves justice.
All right. I was listening on the conversation. I really don't have a great deal to say on it. I was listening on the conversation only to say that the same conversation you and Juliet and the other members, I can't remember who it now.
TC, Michael, and Casey.
There you go. Wow. What a panel. So I was just here listening on the conversation, and I was just saying that it's the same conversation being had here in Paris. And the bizarre either non-appearance or withdrawal of some of the biggest superstars in the sport, it extends to even the greatest of them all, who is not even competing anymore, because Yassine was supposed to be here as guest of the IOC along with his family. And he suffered an injury in a football game and had to do an operation, a minor operation. And because of that, he couldn't make it here either. So it is accounting for even people who are not supposed to be competing, but to be here as guests. And the 400 meters withdrawal of Stephen Gardner, I'm a bit surprised, because we saw him at training all week this week, and he looked as if he trained well. But then again, so many things can happen between, well, there are so many slips between the cup and the lip, as they say in local parlance. And what it has done now, it has opened the way for a massive showdown between Matty Hudson-Smith from Great Britain, who now sees this as an opportunity for him to bury the ghost of Budapest. Last year, he looked all over the winner with about 25 meters to go. And from nowhere, a youngster out of Westmoreland in Jamaica's West Coast came on right on his right shoulder and ran past him. His name is Antonio Watson, and he too is not here. The world champion is not here. So the more you think about it, the more you can find big names who either didn't make it here or who made it here but just not competing. So it's a conversation that we're having here in Paris as well.
Yeah, thank you for that, Wayne, because we didn't know that the legend was supposed to make a guest appearance and is not being able to make it, because to stick with the French team, to use the term that the French would use, he's hors de combat, out of action through injury. Usain Bolt not able to sprinkle his stardust liberally all over Paris. But when we write down the names Juliet, Michael, Casey, and TC, the list of people who aren't here, it's ridiculous. Antonio Watson is a world champion, and of course he's ours, and respect to him. But some other names would put his in the shade. Noelane Thompson-Hira started the year planning for the Olympics, didn't happen for her. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price in Paris, seen at training, walked down to the start, didn't feel right, left the arena. Sharika Jackson, no hundreds, no 200s. Stephen Gardner, training as Wayne said, preparing for this 400, did not start. Shawnee Miller-Rebo, nowhere to be found. So many people. We're talking about not just on the track, we're talking in the jumps as well, in the field. So it's as if you advertised a big dance as a promoter, and you said you're going to have, give me some of the big artists that you all love. You're going to have Celine Dion, you're going to have Whitney, you're going to have this, that. And you turn up and you have to make do with George Davis and Alex Swaby sing.
Show flop. Show must flop.
But then we have emerging new names coming out.
And we're not taking anything away from Julian Alfred or anybody who's won a medal and won gold here, but we're just saying the list of absentees is ridiculous. In fact, you know how my mind works. I'm going to do the research and see when was the last time an Olympics was missing so many champions in the big events. We spoke about jumps. Where's Yulimar Rojas? She's at home watching on TV and seeing 15:02 win the gold medal. Something she can do perhaps with one leg. No disrespect to Thea Lafond. I'm just saying the quality, the caliber of people missing, it's ridiculous. Anyway.
But George, what TC said earlier.
Hold it, Raymond. I know you have a good brain, so you'll remember your point. I have to just do the lane assignments and send them across to Heat 6, and then we can take that comment. So in lane 2 for this Heat 6 of the men's 400s is Cheikh Tidiane Diouf from Senegal is in lane 2. Javon Powell, the Jamaican, will run from lane 3. Gilles Biron from France is in lane 4. Charles Dobson from Britain is in lane 5. Zablon Ekal Zharnel Ekwam from Kenya is in lane 6. Listen to this name. Alexander Doom from Belgium is in lane 7. Fuga Sato from Japan will run from lane 8. And the man Joao Coelho could only be a Portuguese name. He's from Portugal, could also be from Brazil or Mozambique, but he's from Portugal. He runs from lane 9. Let's go across to Obadiah Thompson, Lance Whitaker, and Ricardo Chambers, who are taking charge of commentary.
His best time coming this year, 44.
.96. Alexander Doom from Belgium qualifying alongside him, 45.01, and also through automatically. No repechage necessary for Javon Powell, the Jamaican, 45.12 in third. Just behind him was the man from Portugal, Joao Coelho, who ran a season's best 45.35 seconds. The Kenyan Ekal Zablon Ekwam, a nasty pull on the back stretch, and he did not finish the event, and we're seeing replays now of him going down. Did enter the race with a piece of tape from his ankle just above the knee all the way along the calf, so he didn't go into the race sound, and whatever was bothering him, the muscle gave way, it appears, and he collapsed to the floor in agony. So Ekwam out of the Olympics, given what it appears to have been an injury that will hobble him for some time yet. So Dobson, Doom, Powell the Jamaican, he is through, the only one of our 3 quarter-milers who is automatically through to the semifinals.
George, I just want to caution
yes,
you. Maybe Bailey's 44.68
yes.
will get him into the next round when you see the summary.
Well, only thing I'd say to that, TC, and I'm happy you pointed that out, is that the rule just says, the standard 3. Says, first 3 advance to semifinal, all others advance to repechage.
Okay.
All others.
Am I correct?
Yeah. So
I don't like that rule.
Hold on, wait. Let's break it down. Don't forget the point you were making, because I need to hear that. But Juliet, hold on, Juliet, work with me now. You don't like the repechage, or you don't like the first 3 advance and then all others to repechage. What you don't like?
Explain
all
others.
Okay. So she's not. You looking company, no TC. She's not saying she doesn't like the repechage.
No, I don't like the repechage.
Oh, you don't like the repechage?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right, cool.
Remember, it was born this year. We're not for it.
It is saving a lot of skins this morning. Casey, you were saying before the break, as we were talking about those missing.
Okay, yes. When TC made a good point
this morning,
he said the back-to-back. When you look at, you have two world champions, the Olympic and two world championship. I don't think the athletes, their body can take so much in 3 years. So the world champion
plus the diamond league in between,
right?
And you have to run for cash,
right?
Yeah.
And we forget to mention the Olympic record holder, the world record holder, Van Niekerk.
Yeah, man, we mentioned Van Niekerk. Yes,
yeah, right. So I think what TC said is a very good point, because the back-to-back world championship, the global meets, it has a big impact on the injury of these athletes.
And to add to that, if you look at those who are now doing well, it was persons who have not put their bodies through that 3 years of torture.
Yeah.
Excellent point. Juliet, some people say, look, what's the big deal about athletes and freshness? Because say, for instance, an athlete runs the opening round of 100 meters in the morning and comes back same day in the afternoon, late afternoon, to run the second round, and the athletes complain that they don't have enough time to rest. But when they're training, they're running ding, 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 back, over distance, this, that, all in the same day. So what's the difference? The athletes are just lazy and they're pampered. What say you to that? Because I've heard that narrative, and I've seen that narrative, yes, on the social media spaces.
Because they've never done it. It's a total different thing that you're putting your body through. Running and training, getting the rest in between, coming back, recuperating. It's totally different.
Different intensity.
Different intensity than coming and competing at this level, having to produce particular times and putting your muscle through that hardship.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
Yeah. Every time we speak about, and we've broached the topic several times since the start of the broadcast from Paris this morning, started at minutes after 3 this morning, we've been talking about the missing. And I realize that the list is so lengthy and there are so many stars that I've asked my producer to just write from the top of his head the list of people who are missing, because we didn't mention the brilliant American Athing Mu, who fell at the US trials and is not there in the 800 meters, where she would have had to suffer a mishap to not take that gold medal. She's not there to compete. Keely Hodgkinson is now the boss in the women's field in the 800 meters, and there are so many who are missing. So we're going to go through a list for you of those who are missing, and on top of that list we'll put in Usain Bolt in it, because as Wayne said, he was supposed to be the guest of honor, because there would have been no bigger name in sport at the Olympics. But he's told Thomas Bach that, Thomas, I can't travel because I'm recuperating from a little injury I had playing leisure football to keep myself fit these days, and I'm not going to be able to travel with the family.
And I think you got some abs back, you know.
You got some abs back? Well, you would know.
No, I saw pictures.
No, I thought you trained him. I thought that's what you were saying. All right, just to recap for the listeners in case you came in late. DeAndre Watkin, the national 400 meters champion, he finished 7th in his opening round heat, 45.97. He'll have to run the repechage and get the chance to advance to the semifinals. The other man, Sean Bailey, he ran 44.68. Relatively speaking, a decent time, and a time faster than many times that have qualified automatically, but he'll have to go repechage again. But the one man from Jamaica who has navigated safely this opening round of the 400 meters is Javon Powell, because he finished 3rd in his heat, led for a long way, but then he faded into 3rd, but he faded into the last qualification spot, automatic qualification spot, so he'll be happy with that at 45.12. Are they ready for us at the studio, Coach? Alric, is what you're saying to me? Did you get the list done? Andrew Anderson leaves the field. He's not injured. He's just taking a break to do some other things. Kareem is in the studio, Coach, and he's ready for us. Good morning, Kareem. Well, good afternoon, Kareem.
Good afternoon, George. Good afternoon to our panelists, and good afternoon to our listeners and viewers. You know, today upon the Coach, I have a new co-host with me today, and it is Daniel Jarrett. Daniel, just quickly, because it's almost time for the men's 100 meter semifinals. The 400 meters just now, right? The conversations on social media, obviously, I'm seeing a lot of talk now that people are saying maybe they should have paid attention to, qualifying in the 4x4, and maybe they should have paid attention to,
hearing me? Kareem,
yes.
Just hold a second. Wayne has Kirani.
Okay,
James.
great.
Has Kirani
Yes,
James.
go ahead.
Wayne?
Won his heat in men's 400 meters, Kirani. Congratulations on a very good start to your campaign. You won the Olympic title 12 years ago in London. You're back in Europe. How possible it is that you do another one?
Well, the goal is to always just try to perform to the best of my ability. You know, after that, then anything that happens as positive, that's great, then it happens. But at the end of the day, the main thing is to just try to perform, give my best, and try to represent the Spice Island.
Yeah, I saw your training last week, and I'm asking, did you do everything possible coming in, or you needed a bit more time?
No, I think our whole training program is designed to be our championship time. So, yeah, I mean, right now, in that week pass, you're just tuning up, just trying to make sure you stay sharp, because there's nothing you could gain in a week that you think that's going to make a difference. All that work has to be done, starting in October, November, throughout.
Yeah, you've won it all. How do you stay motivated? You were world champion, you're Olympic champion, you did everything, you're first champion. How do you stay motivated having done it all?
Yeah, and I think that's sometimes the toughest part, is to make sure that you stay motivated. Something that I'm still trying to learn to do, especially the last year, that I had. But, at the end of the day, it's just trying to be the best I can be, set my own personal goals, and, just try to go from there. Like I said, always represent the Spice Island. Every time I get a chance to, put Grenada on the map and do something positive to bring attention to the island, then I'm happy to do that. Happy to play my part.
And I think you've done that so well, Kirani. Let me ask you one more. You're still in love with the 400 meters?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'm not as good in the 200 meters, and I don't think I ever run the 800. I might run a good 550 or 600, but I don't think I'll make that. So, yeah, I was sticking with the 400.
Yeah, I'll let you go now, but I asked you, last night was a fantastic night for the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. 5 medals, including 2 gold medals. 1 for Dominica, 1 for St. Lucia, the islands beside each other. Then Grenada, your country, won a bronze in the decathlon, and Jamaica won 2, was silver and a bronze as well. It was a fantastic night inside this cauldron.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was proud of all those athletes. Julian, her I guess, her childhood coach. I've known him since our World Youth days. So yeah, Tia. We travel to see her and her husband all the time. Always friendly people, man. So they deserve it. Shanika and her husband and her coach is the same thing. Absolutely, just warm and friendly. And obviously Linda and Melinda, we went to secondary school together. So it's almost like I have a relationship with each and every one. So I feel like it makes me even proud to just see all of them. So I'm just happy, to see everybody performing and celebrating and just putting a spotlight on the Caribbean.
And more Caribbean athletes could light up this cauldron tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to it. I may not be able to see it live because I have to go back home and recover, but I am absolutely looking forward to it. I think it's going to be splendid.
Bro, you've been an outstanding representative, not only of Grenada, but of the Caribbean. You represent the Caribbean so very, very well. You're one of the most likable athletes in the world. And you've got this unique way of going around and sort of congratulating your competitors. By the way, where did you get that from? I've not seen any athlete do it.
No, I think I've done that as long as I can remember, because, at the end of the day is we all are there to represent the sport. Whether you come first, second, third, you have to give credit to the people that you're performing against, because if they're not good, then they wouldn't be here. We're the best of the best in the world at what we do. In a world of 7.5 billion people, there's only in track and field, maybe 1,000 athletes here. So if you're the 1,000 best out of a population of 7.5 billion, then we're doing something special. So I have to commend them and appreciate their efforts, regardless of what the results is.
Bro, it's been an absolute privilege just listening to you. Keep it up, man.
Thank you very much.
Good, there you go. Kirani James, the outstanding representative and ambassador for Caribbean and global athletics.
Thank you, Wayne. All right, Kareem, you can take back the baton.
Right, George. Yes. So, Daniel, the persons on social media now, are a lot of comments that we've been seeing. People are just saying, them should have did try and qualify in the world relays for the 4x4, because a lot of these, main protagonists, 400 meters, they weren't present, and now a lot of people are now saying maybe they should have opted to run the mixed relays, because our chances now are kind of slim. Some of the comments are pretty negative, but those are the nicer way to put it. What are your thoughts on that?
I think I want to be backing the athletes 100% with whatever decisions that they made.
Yes.
Especially as it relates to running and participating in whatever event. I'm also a fan of Steve Francis, and I listened keenly to what he said and what he explained, and so I think that the athletes made the right choice, and I am looking forward to the best for Jamaica and as well as the best for the athletes. So I don't necessarily think that any changes would have brought forth any fruit, so to speak.
Okay. All right, George, we're going to have to throw it to you because we know that the men's 100 meter semifinal should be on the way.
Thank you, Kareem. So, the view on social media is that we should have invested more in the mixed 4x4 because we could have gotten a better result, but hindsight always 2020. But Jamaicans keyed in, and when they're not getting success in a particular area, then they come up with all sorts of theories, and everybody can fix everything after the thing has happened. But we're experts on that. We are
hindsight.
Yeah, man. Anyway, semi-final time now in the men's 100 meters. Semi-final time. Semi-final 1 has Favor Ashe from Nigeria, lane 1. Recoy Brathwaite from the British Virgin Islands, lane 2. Benjamin Asmati from Ghana will run from lane 3. Noah Lyles will run from lane 4. Louis Hinchcliffe, the Great Britain sprinter, will run from lane 5. Oblique Seville runs from lane 6. Emmanuel Eseme will run for Cameroon in lane 7. Chituru Ali will run for Italy in lane 8. And Sean Maswangani will run for South Africa in lane 9. The Rainbow Nation, the Republic of South Africa, has their man out in lane 9. So 9 men lining up for semi-final 1 of this 100 meters. The fastest man in this race this season, Oblique Seville, at 9.82. Second fastest, no lies, of course, the fastest at 9.81. Personal and season's best for him, Oblique Seville, 9.82. But Seville did take his number in at the Racers Grand Prix not so long ago. So yeah, there is that little duel between those two that will have another installation in this semi-final 1. So I'll go around the table and ask who will qualify from this. Let me give you the conditions first. The first 2 in each heat and the next 2 fastest will make it to the final. There's no repechage from here. First 2 in each heat and next 2 fastest qualify for the final. I'll go to the man in the blue, Michael Carr. Who are the 2 who will make it from semi-final 1, sir?
Well, based on the forms going in and everything, definitely Seville and Noah Lyles for me.
Juliet.
As a 2 automatic.
Seville, Lyles, Hinchcliffe. Well, he'll qualify.
On time. Going back. All right, fine. TC.
Lyles, Seville, Hinchcliffe on time.
KC. Tell us something that we're not seeing now. Go ahead.
I think the top 3, they're in the middle. I heard that some news about Lyles. Let us see if what we heard is true.
What is that news?
What is that news? Why are you keeping us in the dark?
Don't be like some people.
That is not 100%. I spoke to someone this morning.
Would
so
not be
100% mentally or physically?
Physically. So we're hoping that he's okay because we don't want an excuse when Seville.
But remember after the Grand Prix, he said that, like he was telling Seville, I'll catch you in Paris.
Yeah.
No, this is his chance.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. And we can't write out Mr. Hinchcliffe, he's a good start. So he could use that start to some advantage here. And he's the NCAA champion, right? So it's going to be a good one. So, but we expect Seville to be in it.
But like Hinchcliffe still,
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well. So the consensus is Oblique Seville and Noah Lyles automatically, and then when their times are considered, Louis Hinchcliffe, the great British athlete, will also make it through. Let's go across to the commentary team. personal best and did so looking as if he had something in reserve. Looked over at Noah Lyles, who came through in second, 9.83. They are the automatic qualifiers from semi-final 1, and as the panel agreed, they would both finish ahead of Louis Hinchcliffe, the Brit, who didn't get his usual bullet start because of the pressure of the quality around him, and he came through in 9.97, hoping that he'd qualify as one of the fastest losers. That was sizzling panel. Who wants to go first?
Okay, we saw a replay of the Racers Grand Prix. It finished same way. We saw Oblique Civil getting out, Lyles behind, and then Civil at the end, look across. It's a replay.
Juliet?
Wow. I like what I just saw. Seville 981 equaling his personal best. Looking quite easy the last 30 meters or so. Niles looked like he was under a little bit of pressure running. And so I'm looking forward to watching the next semifinal and the next semifinals, and then of course going on to the finals, because it's going to be hot.
TC, what say you?
Seville performance in that semifinals is as good a semifinal run that you'll see. Got out early, got out fast, and kept top end speed for a very long time until he decided it was time to slow it down. Looked again at Lyles. It's going to be a ding dong, but he's now in the final. And 1 foot in, 1 to go.
Javon Powell is with Wayne Walker. Javon Powell, the Jamaican rather, to have qualified automatically for the next round, the semifinals of the men's 400 meters. Wayne?
Thank you very much, Javon. Congratulations. You're into the semifinals. I'm sure, without question, that was the simple aim that you had today.
Yes, sir. That was the instruction given by my coach. Just go there, get the 300 first, and just be in the top 3. And that's what I did.
How does it feel competing at the Olympic Games?
I know it feels normal. I think I've been to the highest level of competition. The NCAA feels the same way. We gotta go fast every round. I just take this as a next meet, so that's it.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it, but you also want to appreciate the fact that a lot of people want to get here and can't, because the work to get here and the route to get here is also so massive.
For me, definitely. I'm happy you mentioned that, because in 2020, when I made it to the World Championship, I won the trials. I went to the Worlds. I didn't take it as serious as it should have been, and that's where I learned my lesson. So I came out here today. I'm grateful, and I run this round like it's the finals. The time didn't matter. I just wanted to get through.
Yeah, how are you looking to the final, to the semi-final?
For me, it's the same plan. Just go out there, get top 2, and we take it from there.
Thank you, Javon, and all the best.
All right, man. Thank you.
Take it back, guys.
Wayne Walker there speaking with Javon Powell, who is through to the semifinals of the men's 400 meters. Wow. All right. So the pot is still sizzling after what Oblique Civil put in it from that first semifinal of the men's 100 meters. Semifinal 2 comes up now. In lane 1, Ronaldo Espinoza from Cuba. Lane 2, Emmanuel Matadi from Liberia with a season's best time of 9.96. Espinoza has a season's best of 9.96. Matadi beside him in lane 2 from Liberia has a season's best 9.91. Akeem Blake, the Jamaican, is in lane 3. He has gone as fast as 9.92 this year. Beside him, Letsile Tobogo from Botswana, 9.88 this season. Lane 5, Akani Sembini, the South African, 9.86 his best time in 2024. In lane 6 is Kayinsola Ajayi from Nigeria, 10 flat his best time this year. Beside him is the man they call Kung Fu Kenny in the United States, Kenny Benarek. He has gone as fast as 9.87 this year. Outside of him in lane 8, Lamont Marcel Jacobs, the defending champion from Italy, with a season's best 9.92. And out in lane 9, almost in the stands, is Joshua Hartmann, the German, with a best time of 10.06. Quickly, Michael, who qualifies automatically from here?
This one should be, it's up. But Simbini is a good choice, right? But of course, Blake, if he gets that start, he should be in the mix.
Juliet.
Benarek and Blake.
TC.
Concur.
Casey.
Simbini, Tebogo.
Well, based on the consensus from the room, the Olympic champion will have to sit and wait to see if his fast time, if he runs a fast time, is good enough, because nobody has picked him to automatically go through to the final. Let's go across to our commentator. One, Casey Graham is in here beating his chest because he says, I got the top two. Akani Simbini, the South African, 9.87 seconds to qualify automatically. Letsile Tebogo v Botswana was second in 9.91. The Olympic champion will have to wait because his 9.92, which is a season's best time, was good enough only for third. I think he should advance as one of the fastest losers depending on what happens in the final semi-final. But he is third, Marcel Jacobs, with 9.92. Kung Fu Kenny didn't kick in the semi-final at all. He was fourth in 9.93, although with that time he should be right on the bubble to enter as one of the fastest losers at that final. Akeem Blake, the Jamaican, got out like a rocket, but he was quickly reeled in by the field, and 10.06 his final time. His race disintegrating badly after he felt the field on both of his shoulders. So 10.06 for Akeem Blake. In fifth, he will not make it because there's no way he's going to make the final with 10.06, given that there are two men in front of him. 9.92 for Jacobs in third, 9.93 for Benarek in fourth, and only two fastest times will be admitted to the final. Casey, I come to you first. Simbini and Tebogo making you look like a wise man this afternoon.
Yeah, based on form, those two, if you follow the form of these two at least, in that field, they were the best two. And it's not a surprise here.
TC, your impressions of the run from Akeem Blake?
Got out fast, but his top-end speed just wasn't able to hold out the fast finishing field. He needs to probably get a little bulk if he's going to be running with big guys.
Yeah.
Juliet, the fact is that pressure is a thing. We all say pressure busts pipes. And Kenny Bednarek, who's a 987 season man, could only produce 9.93. Is that because there were so many bad men around him? He wasn't comfortable, didn't go to the start supremely confident that he could just execute and run a fast time, worried by the people around him. Is that why he could only produce 9.93 here?
Not sure, because this is something that we've seen time and time again with Bednarek, where it looking good in the first round and then just fade in once it gets to the semifinals. I had Tebogo to actually be in the mix, to be one of the next person there to make it. But Blake, having a good start, but was not able to hold that and control the race all the way to the finish line. Unfortunate for him. But Simbine and Tebogo definitely looked really good in the semifinals.
Mikey, you said they would have to catch Akeem, but they caught him quicker than you would have wanted.
Definitely. But, I had Simbine as one of them to be there. I was hoping that Blake would create a surprise, but unfortunately that did not happen. As I said before, he would have gotten a good start, which he did, but just could not hold that speed when the field came at him. Probably tightened up because he went down to 10-0 something.
10-0-6.
So that shows probably lost his composure at the end of the race.
And I think I must agree with TC. I mean, he's going to have to bulk up just a little bit more in order to get some strength to really be able to control that race and
need that
power to take you to the last 40.
And remember, he's young. He's just 22.
Yeah. Has all the time in front of him. Wayne Walker wants to make a contribution. Go ahead, Wayne.
Yeah, George, I just want to inform the listeners. I'm sure they would have expected us to talk to people like Oblique and Akeem and Kishane. We won't hear from them if they qualify for the semifinals. Sorry, if they qualify for the finals. If you qualify for a final and you come back the same night that you run the semifinal, the organizers channel them through a different lane to go back to the warm-up area. Just now, Akeem Blake, he didn't qualify for the final. He came into the mix zone and he decided not to talk to us. In the heat, he said to us he'll talk to us after the final. And just now he didn't qualify and decided not to talk to us. I'm just wondering if he's keeping his promise to talk to us after the final.
Okay, well, let's see. I'm sure when he said that he wanted to talk after the final, he wanted to be in the final and running and then talk to you. But we'll see how he goes. He knows you'll give him a good interview, Wayne. Semifinal 3, the draw. Well, the lane assignments, rather. The draw was made some time ago. These now are the lane assignments I'm telling you about. Puripol Bunson from Thailand. Thailand have a man in an Olympic semifinal in the 100 meters. That's commendable. He comes in with the season's best time of 10.08, just outside his personal best of 10.06. Lane 2, Andre de Grasse. You can call him Warrior. He's a defending Olympic 200 meters champion. His season's best 10 seconds flat, personal best 9.89. Zharnel Hughes, Great Britain, has gone as fast as 10 seconds flat this season. His personal best, 9.83. Kishane Thompson, the flying Jamaican, 9.77 season's best. Also his personal best. He runs in lane 4. Lane 5, Abdul Hakim Sani Brown from Japan. His season's best, 9.99. Personal best, 9.97. In lane 6, the barrel-chested Kenyan, Ferdinand Omanyala. His season's best, 9.79. His career best, 9.77. Behind him, the man they call Big Fred, Curly of the United States. His season's best, 9.88. His personal best, 9.76. This man has been saying for as long as he can speak that he's going to be Olympic 100 meters champion. Let's see if he can squeeze through to the semifinals and get the job done. Well, from an American perspective, of course, I don't want that to happen. Number 8, lane 8 is Abdul Rashid Saminu from Ghana. His personal best and season's best are the same, 10.02. And Benjamin Richardson, the man from the Republic of South Africa, out there in lane 9, a season's best and a personal best of 9.86 seconds. Some serious speed in this event. Let me start with you, Casey. Who are the two who will go through automatically?
Kishane Thompson and Fred Curley.
TC Campbell.
Thompson and Omanyala.
Juliet.
Thompson and Omanyala.
Mikey.
Ditto. Thompson and Omanyala.
All right, let's go across to our commentator.
8-3 at its best, coming off
All right, so 9.80 seconds, 980 for Kishane Thompson, 980 for the Jamaican who wins the semifinal, the third and final semifinal with something to spare. Fred Curley pulled to a season's best 9.84, taking second, and the South African, we were talking about the South Africans off air, Benjamin Richardson uncorking 9.95 for third in the event, and he will miss out on a spot in the 100 meters final. Look, I repeat, 9.95 is not good enough to get into the final of the 100 meters because Jacobs did a faster time than that, and of course Benarek did 9.93. So Benjamin Richardson from South Africa, despite his 9.95, he will not go through the automatic qualifiers from semifinal 3, Kishane Thompson and Fred Curley. Alric, I know that the break is upon us and I want to get the comments from the panel, but let me do the finalists from what I have in front of me even before the Paris Olympics statisticians have compiled the full list. The qualifiers for the men's 100 meters final are Oblique Seville, Jamaica; Noah Lyles, United States; Akani Simbini, South Africa; Letsile Tibogo, Botswana; Marcel Lamont Jacobs, the defending champion from Italy; Kenny Benarek from the United States; Kishane Thompson, Jamaica; and Fred Curley, the United States. 2 Jamaicans are there. 2 Americans are there. The defending champion is there, and
3 Americans.
3 Americans, yes. 3 Americans are there. Lyles as well as Benarek and Fred Curley. So 3 Americans, 2 Jamaicans. The defending champion is there. There's a man from Botswana, a man from South Africa, and there is everything to sprint for. Not too long from now. Before I go to the break, I'm taking liberties. I know I have to ask the Olympic medal winner among us to say, Juliet, from this point on, you have now run the semi-final. You have punched your ticket to the final. You are coming back in about an hour and a half to run in the final. How do you prepare in the 90 minutes that you have as a break?
Really, you're really just gonna rest. You're going to put your legs up. You're going to...
When you say rest, you don't mean sleep.
No.
Lay down somewhere.
Lay down somewhere and put up your legs. And you're going to relax. You're going to have your hydration fluid. And then, however long it takes. It depends on the person and how long it takes them to kind of come back and warm up. And then you get back into your warm up. But that is what you're going to do. And just put on your headphone and refocus.
And question for you. You said put on the headphone. In this space...
Or your blinders.
Do you want anybody to talk to you?
No. Not at all. And that's why I'm happy that Wayne mentioned that they have a separate tunnel that they have the athletes go through so that nobody stops them to do an interview.
Yeah. So no teammate, maybe a coach, you don't want no outside influence.
Nobody at all. Maybe if you have a close teammate, then you can, it's just going to be you and your coach to just zone in as to what it is that you're going to do for this final.
Gentlemen, I have to give you the reaction, some time to react before we go to the break. Michael, 980 uncorked by Kishane.
Well, I wasn't expecting anything less than that. I should say more than that.
Yes.
He's a favorite, and he's showing his class, and he's doing it with ease. I think that we are going to get 2 medals out of this final between Thompson and Oblique. Both of them will be on the podium.
TC?
Thompson looked very, very, very well. Running 980. I think he's going to come back and probably equal his personal best 977 thereabouts. I have been thinking that he'll be able to go through the rounds at 980 and then come back at 97. He's proven me right. Seville looked smooth and sharp, so I'll have to have him beside Thompson. And third place is up for grabs. Maybe Curley, not sure, but I think our top 2 persons are going to be the top 2 persons on the podium.
Casey, give me something different now.
This is a final.
Yes.
Right? Lyles has been there and done that. He will be in the mix.
When you say done that, you mean...
He knows how to perform
on the big stage. Okay.
Because
he has no Olympic medal.
Right. This is Thompson, first time. Seville has been 4th twice. I like Seville. I think Thompson is the favorite, but I don't even say I love Seville. Seville could be the champion here. But I know Niles, Fred Curley, and Lyles, they are the two best for America. They want to separate the Jamaican. But I think it will be a criminal for Jamaica. But I think civil. For me now, I would say civil over Thompson.
Wayne Walker has Zharnel Hughes with him. Wayne, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Zharnel, you performed well below the level we know you're capable of today. What happened?
I've just come back from a hamstring injury just last month, so today wasn't my day. I wasn't able to go through, and obviously I'm disappointed.
Yes, because you're a regular in finals at the global level. I know you're disappointed, and you ought to, despite the fact you're coming from an injury. But where are you as far as percentage-wise in terms of your fitness?
Right now, not 100. Yeah, I should say that. Right now, after that race. Right.
You're done for the 200 as well?
Yes, I'm down for the 200.
And you're going to come back for it?
Yes.
What are you going to do to make sure that you're as best as possible prepared for that?
Going to get treatment there now, ice, and just come back again.
Yeah. It was a fast semifinal, though.
Yeah, it was a fast semifinals. Yeah, it was.
Zharnel, thanks a lot, brother.
You're welcome.
All right, that's Zharnel Hughes.
Zharnel Hughes there speaking to Wayne Walker, obviously disappointed, but he said, look, in mitigation, he's just coming from a hamstring injury, so he was not at his sharpest. Looking at the summary of the results, Kishane Thompson 980, Oblique Civil 981, those are the two fastest through, to the semifinals. Noah Lyles 983 in third, Fred Curley 984, Akani Simbini 987, let's see the Tibogo 991, Marcel Jacobs 992, and Kenny Benerick 993. I just want the panel to consider this. 995 by Benjamin Richardson, 996 by Sonny Brown, 997 by Louis Hinchcliffe, 998 by Andre DeGrasse, a season's best, didn't make it to the 100-meter finals in the men. That just shows you the high standard. Quality. None of those times, sub-10s, good times, very good times in any context, did not make a final. They'll have to sit and watch like everybody else. And overall, Akeem Blake, of the 27 men who faced the starter in the 100-meter semifinals across 3 heats, Akeem Blake was the 17th best at 10.06. And another point to note is that Heat 2 produced 4 of the finalists: Simbini, Tibogo, Jacobs, and Benerick. So Heat 2 producing 4 of the finalists. Do we take the break now? Yes, let's take the break here on Paris this afternoon. As my granny would say, it's bubbling to the boil, and we're set to dine. We're set to dine later.
Immerse yourself in the authentic Jamaican craft, cuisine, and culture at the Artisan Village at Gate 5 on the Falmouth Pier in Trelawney. Come experience a rich tapestry of handcrafted treasures, learn more about our history through our exciting entertainment pieces, and sample the savory delights of authentic Jamaican cuisine, all brought to life by the hands of local artisans. A captivating experience awaits you at the Artisan Village at Falmouth, open Tuesdays to Sundays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. See you there.
A message brought to you by the Tourism Enhancement Fund.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real ones. My island, we a world champion with my KFC, I'm gonna be me, jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Immerse yourself in the authentic Jamaican craft, cuisine, and culture at the Artisan Village at Gate 5 on the Falmouth Pier in Trelawney. Come experience a rich tapestry of handcrafted treasures, learn more about our history through our exciting entertainment pieces, and sample the savory delights of authentic Jamaican cuisine, all brought to life by the hands of local artisans. A captivating experience awaits you at the Artisan Village at Falmouth, open Tuesdays to Sundays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. See you there.
A message brought to you by the Tourism Enhancement Fund.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage is brought to you by
her pace, regardless of where she was in the race, and that will be critical in this semi-final, that she runs her pace and she takes the lead.
That's interesting because her pace is usually at the front because she usually front runs. As we see, she's taken out the early pace, took the break, and still in the lead. She's the second fastest this season in this section, so a good chance for her to get into another Olympic final.
And it's as if everyone else in the field just waited for Natoya Goule to take the lead.
.800 meters. Natoya Goule, the Jamaican, set the pace for much of the contest, but then just ran out of gas late in the event as Mora swept by. And in the slipstream of the now leader, Natoya Goule faded fast. She finished in 1:59.20 seconds. Mary Mora winning for Kenya in 1:57.86. Worknesh Mesele from Ethiopia second in 1:58.06, a personal best time for her. She qualifies automatically for the final. In third was Dele Cooper Gaspar from Cuba, 1:58.39, a personal best. And the British teenager Phoebe Gill, 1:58.47. So you had 5 1:58 times in the event. Natoya Goule not being able to dip below 1:59. She did actually 1:59.14. The time has been adjusted by the statisticians over there in Paris. So the conditions for qualification for the women's 800 meters, first 2 in each heat, and the next 2 fastest advance to the final at 1:59 and change. It's you can call it now that Natoya Goule won't see the final because she was 6th in her semi-final, from which 2 people advanced automatically, Mary Mora and Worknesh Mesele, and so there were 3 athletes in front of Goule who didn't qualify automatically from her semi-final, but who ran faster times than her. So she will not make the women's 800 meters final. Michael?
Yes, it is so unfortunate. I don't know. Now, Goule ran 1:59. The winning time was 1:57. Her personal best is 1:56 something. Now, had she performed close to her personal best, she would have a chance to get in. Took the lead, and after 600 meters, started to tire. 650 to 700, the field came at her. She tried, but it just could not happen. We don't know what's happening before the race or what have you, but in this case, you would say probably she underperformed. She got to the semi-final, which is great, and she did 1:59 change, but she could have done better based on her PR, but she's still probably trying to understand how to run the event also.
Mm-hmm. The latter part of the race was where it all fell apart for Natoya Goule, T.C. Campbell.
Natoya Goule has a small body, and she's been believing for a long time that she needs to get out in front of the crowd so that she don't get beat up. But she has not done the one thing that she would need to do is to improve her finish. That last 150 maybe meters, she has not figured how she's going to get home efficiently. And so normally what we saw now is what we've been seeing. She gets to the 150 mark to go and fades. Just can't hold on.
KC?
Yeah, and Natoya, as I think she has done well over the past several global meets to be in semifinals. But somehow she tends not to kick that door open. I think Goule has been running this event for a long time. She has experience and she's not learning. She tends to go too fast and then she died in the end. And this has happened again. And you know, it's
What do you say? 58.4? It was too fast for her in this race. That was her first 400 meters. She came and she led the field through the 400 meters mark in 58.4.
From 4 to 600.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, that's where she stepped out and went away. But when you look at the experience, the people who she run against, these are experienced athletes. They know how to run 800 meter. And I said, Goule should she's experienced too. But there's something lacking. Her coach will have to sit with her, and she's not getting any younger. So I think it's not a good performance from Goule.
Is it serious enough though, based on the fact that she can't get over the hump at the major championships, for her and her team to sit down and pull her race apart and try to build something new? Because obviously the strategy has not been working to date.
Yeah, they need to try something. Try and come from behind, because it's not working when she goes in front. She can't all of the mad rush that is coming towards
because if you go 58.4 for the first 400, you're not
average.
You're not going hard enough to take the sting out of those behind you. So you're easy to close down because everybody's just a stride or two behind, so they're within striking distance. So you're not dragging people out by setting a cracking early pace that you take the late kick away from the late runners. So yeah, I suggest that a major race rethink is on the cards for Natoya Goule.
How old is Goule at this time?
I'm going to tell you now. She is
32.
She was born on March 30, 1991. She's 33.
33. Yeah.
So pulling the race apart to try to boy.
Too late.
Too late. I think it's a little late for that right now.
Too late is the cry from Michael Carr. All right, so that's semi-final 1. Semi-final 2 comes up. We have Caribbean interest here because there's a Vincentian athlete here. The full lane assignments for semi-final 2 of the women's 800 meters. Majdi Kohlberg from Germany will run from lane 2. Beside her in lane 3 is Vivian Shebe Kiprotich from Kenya. Lane 4 has Gabriela Gajanova from Slovakia. Lane 5, Gemma Riki from Great Britain. Lane 6 has Renelle Lamotte from France. Lane 7 has Tsege Duguma from Ethiopia. Lane 8, the Vincentian Shafiqua Maloney, tall and powerful Shafiqua Maloney is. And out 9 is the American that I was carrying to get to the final. She faces a tall order, had to make it through the repechage round. Juliet Whittaker, who's out there in lane 9. She has a season's best of 1:58.45. Highly unlikely that will do it, but she is here and she has a chance. In terms of the times going in, Gemma Riki, the Brit, has a season's best time of 1:55.61. She's cooking everybody else in terms of how fast she's gone, lifetime best and season's best. And if the race runs to pedigree at this point, then she will make it through easily. But that's not how these races are run. Tsege Duguma out in lane 7 for Ethiopia is formidable. And what a story it would be if St. Vincent and the Grenadines were to see Shafiqua Maloney line up in an Olympic final. Let's go across to our commentators. Her first 400 was done in 56.7.
Yeah.
She was battling with Doguma, who did 56.8. Doguma was she couldn't catch a breather.
Yeah.
She couldn't recalibrate and settle at any point, and the effort took its toll because she faded into fifth position. Jamariki did. Doguma held on. Maloney ran past Riki.
them.
Juliet Whittaker ran past Riki as well, and also Lamotte from France. So I'm saying that pace can cause talented athletes to blow a gasket, because at some point you want to get a breather. Riki
And
was
they
there,
were
and there was
not. They were
there was
denying
no
them
breather
that.
to get, and that's the point we're making. There was a national record in that event also for the woman from Slovakia, Gabriela Gajanova, 1:58.22, and Majdi Kohlberg from Germany produced a personal best 1:58.52. It was a fast semi-final too, and Duguma brilliant in winning, but Shafiqua Maloney, what about her from St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
All guts.
National record. You say Maria Motola, and you are correct, but in her build, I was looking at Shawnee Mila Wee with the long
She's
arms.
taller.
And
She's taller.
You
Right.
are correct. There you go. Warrior Maria Motola from Mozambique, for so long the flag bearer for Mozambique, and perhaps Maria Motola would have been, yes, the most famous Mozambican, because there's a footballer who came from Mozambique who didn't play for Mozambique, though he played for Portugal. One of the greatest strikers of all time, Eusebio Di Francesco. He's a Mozambican, but Maria Motola represented the flag, so she's the most famous Mozambican. Let's leave it there. All right, good. Semi-final 3.
But before
yeah,
you move
Mikey.
on,
Yeah, Mikey.
I'm happy for the island of St. Vincent
Of course,
and the
must be.
Grenadines Islands.
Yes, man.
You know, and what is now coming out of these games is that those islands, Dominica, who won the triple jump.
Yes.
And now there was Alfred
St. Lucia, and Grenada winning bronze yesterday.
And Grenada winning bronze.
The
But
Decathlon.
that's
Drug
different.
testing is
That's
equal
they
the
have
field.
gotten medals over. But
Yeah.
St. Vincent,
Yes.
to have a finalist now,
Yes.
that is really good for the nation
Yeah.
and the athletic.
And good for the sport.
And good, that's what I'm saying. Good for the sport for these islands.
Here's this question now, and you're all students of and people experienced. Gabby Thomas, we're seeing some breaking news. Do you trust this site, Raymond?
I don't
I
know.
got it
I'm
from, all right,
just
let's
CC.
hold it a little
Yes,
bit and we'll
hold
check it,
hold
because I
hold
don't want to say it.
Hold it.
But here's the question now, and you can school me in these things. Does the preparation time for a final of a 800 meters demand even greater than what Juliet told us that the 100 meter sprinter will have to do? So she gave us an idea of what Kishane and Oblique will have to do between the semifinal and the final of the 100 to get ready. Juliet, I want you to pay attention to me and leave TC alone. So you said what the 100 meter sprinter has to do because you've been there.
Right.
So I'm asking the coaches now. The 800 runner who qualifies from the semifinal to the final, is that preparation time different? Does it
Maybe
have
we
to
can
be
ask this
different?
800.
Yeah, it's a little different.
How so? Tell me.
Your jog down, for example, is going to be much longer than
the 100 meter sprinter.
100 meter, and you're going to be trying to get as much potassium back into your body because
by taking or drinking what?
Taking or drinking, whichever is easiest on your body.
Yeah.
And so rest definitely. So it's a little different.
Yeah. All right. Semifinal 3 has in lane 2 the Frenchwoman Anne Bourgeois. She will run from lane 2. Rosemary Almanza from Cuba is in lane 3. We were talking off air yesterday about the great Cuban 800 meters runner Ana Fidelia Quiro. Came from a horrible accident where she got burnt badly, but she overcame that to give her country glory. Lane 4 has Lillian Odira from Kenya. Lane 5, Claudia Hollingsworth, the Aussie. Lane 6, the peerless Keely Hodgkinson from Great Britain. Lane 7 has Prudence Segodiso from South Africa. Lane 8 has Naya Aikins from the United States. And out in lane 9, the woman from the country of Roger Federer, Stefan Chapuisat, and some other great sports people, Rachel Pelloud, who is from Switzerland. So those are the 8 women in semifinal 3 of the women's 800 meters. Remember, the first 2 go through automatically, and then we're looking for the next 2 fastest times. Jamariki, a nervous wreck right this moment, seeing if her 1:58.01 will be good enough to get her through. I suspect it may very well be. Let's go across to our commentator. Just quickly before I send it over to the studio couch and Kareem Boyer things, Keely Hodgkinson, 156.86. Not that we haven't had any doubt. Her 400-meter split, 57.5. Second was the South African Prudence Sekodiso at 157.57. She's also automatically through. And then Nia Aikins was third, the American 158.2. Lillian Odiro 158.53, a personal best for the Kenyan and a season's best for Rosemary Almanza, the Cuban, 158.73. Those times mean that in the previous semifinal, Gemma Riki's 158.01 and Renelle Lamotte, the Frenchwoman who finished fourth ahead of Riki in 157.78, both those two are through to the final of the 800 meters. Kareem, take it away, my friend.
All right, George. Yes. Social media is buzzing. Social media right now is so excited. The people, based on those semifinals, Daniel, I'm seeing a lot of comments where persons are just saying they never really did a doubt oblique, but they're just like, wow, seeing that 981, a personal's best, they're just like, okay, we can get the two men on the panel. Bear in mind, I did say this from day one.
Yes.
That on my podium, may I see the two Jamaican man. Them. What are you seeing? What are your thoughts?
Boy, gold and silver Jamaica. It's been a while. It's been a while. And I just want to officially announce to the world that we are back.
No, man,
I am definitely looking forward to an excellent performance from the two men who are now in the final. I'm also looking forward to see what Simbine does as he also participates in the final. Very great showing from him, 986, I believe. Noah Lyles, I know that, what can I say this? That I think that he's putting up somewhat of a front, but I do think that he is very nervous, especially seeing all of these spectacular performances from the Jamaicans and other countries as well. Another person that I want to give my hats off to is Marcel Jacobs, because earlier on I was telling you that probably Marcel Jacobs packing bag and dip on him where I go home before, but him really and truly surprised me and made it into the final, and I just want to big him up as well.
A lot of questions persons are also asking is about Noah Lyles being in one of those outside lanes. Will that work to his advantage? A lot of people aren't saying, maybe he will, spring a surprise because he's not in the mix in between both men. Oblique is there, Simbine is between Oblique and Kishane, but people are just like, oh, now that he's in an outside lane, is it a possibility that he will, sneak on the podium? That's a conversation that I'm actually seeing as well.
I think that I would assume that the Jamaicans would have learned from that Sha'Carri situation at the World Championships when Shericka Jackson was in great form, and Sha'Carri just popped out of the blocks and just appeared from nowhere. So I'm assuming that they would have learned from that, but I also do think that the Jamaicans and the rest of the field is not taking any check.
I just hope, before we throw back, I just hope that they both run their own races. I just hope that they're focused on the finish line, because we can definitely see two medals. I'm not asking Christ twice about it. Yeah, so the entire social media sphere, George, is beaming, is jumping up with joy right now with the two Jamaican men with the two fastest times going into the 100-meter finals at 2:50.
All right, so we're going to send you to a break, but let me just tell you, because I don't want to be accused of being bad-minded, Novak Djokovic, to the consternation of many, he has won the Olympic gold medal in the singles, completing his career golden slam. 37 years old Novak is now, and he beat off the Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz in what has been described as a magnificent Olympic men's singles final. I'm going to give you the score. Two tie breaks, Djokovic got the better off to win 7-6, 7-6, and the quote from him, from Roland Garros, from the Guardian newspapers to Maini Karayol, is that this supersedes everything that I imagined. So a career golden slam for Djokovic. My tennis player didn't win gold at the Olympics, Roger Federer. I think he lost and cried, which is why I'm like Roger. Oh, if you ball, if you lose and ball, come on. So you just take with the glory of the person who beat you. Yeah, you remember Wimbledon 2008 against Nadal? Yeah, man a ball like.
That wouldn't take away my glory.
Me not cry, man. Anyway, let's take the break here on Paris this afternoon and come right back. We are making small talk. Juliet Cuthbert, Fred, and myself, and the team of Raymond Casey Graham, Trevor T.C. Campbell, and Michael. What is the new name? Oh, repechage car. Yeah, repechage. Bloodline. No, man, a repechage we work with. Yeah, repechage car, because we're in good spirits because
never pronounce it.
The small matter of the Olympic men's 100 meters final is coming up soon, and
we're nervous.
Boy, that are you. Speak for yourself. I feel confident. Yeah, let's take the break and come right back. 14.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real ones. My island, we a world champion with my KFC, I'm gonna be me, Jam Rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
A new sound is taking place. The quiet confidence of electric vehicles. We are Evergo, Jamaica's premier network of public and home electric vehicle charging stations. Whether you're on the go or at home, we've got you covered. Evergo will be there, ready to fill you with the power to keep moving forward. Find out more at evergo.com or follow us on Instagram at evergo_JM. Connected forward.
As the world gathers for the Olympic Games, there is a special feeling in the air, the feeling of unity. It's a time when the entire nation comes together to cheer for their champions, to celebrate diversity, and to share in the joy of competition. At Imperial Optical, their aim is to unite our community with crystal clear vision through their expertise and wide range of eye care services and frames. Visit them today and see the world as one. Imperial Optical, focused on Olympics, focused on you.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real ones. My island, we a world champion with my KFC, I'm gonna be me, Jam Rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage is brought to you by
or Diamond sponsors,
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich,
or Gold sponsors,
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew,
or Silver sponsors,
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade,
or Bronze sponsors,
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks, First Rock Group, Grace Foods,
and or other sponsors,
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royalton Resorts, High-Low Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network. Welcome back to Nationwide's coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Wayne Walker has been working very, very hard in Paris for us. He'll need a 2-week vacation when he returns to Jamaica to thaw out and to just ease himself back into the slow pace. It's been hectic for him over there in Paris. He's been doing a brilliant job, and all members of the team on this side have also been trying to match Wayne's energy on the coverage of the Olympics. We hear that in Mitchelltown, Clarendon, we're just across the border from St. Catherine. The border between St. Catherine and Clarendon, a place called Sandy Bay, and then you go across and then you go left when you are heading that side and you go to Mitchelltown. We hear that in Mitchelltown, tent and people are gathering on big screen TV because the hometown boy Kishane Thompson is poised to strike and strike decisively for gold. Meanwhile, Raymond Casey Graham says, well, they should also be gathering in St. Thomas because he says Oblique Seville will beat Thompson to that goal. I tell you what, we're in the situation where whomever wins, still our gold medal, so we'll be happy either way. I won't be sad if it goes any of the way of those two men. It's just that we don't want the Americans to get it. We don't want anybody else to get that gold medal. We should could have take all three of them, right, Julia? With only two runners, we have to work with two. There you go. Boy. So Jamaica, of course, we've told you in the Nationwide Olympics trivia. Nationwide, Jamaica, the only country to have won all 3 medals in a sprint event at the Olympics. It was the year when Sharon and Keron could not be celebrated, so they got the 2 silver medals. So they were both on the podium behind, was it Veronica or Shelley? Shelley and Fraser Price, of course, right. So Shelley and Fraser Price gold, Keron and
silver.
And Sharon, the camera, they tried for a whole day and couldn't separate them. So they said, look, we're gonna give you 2 silver medals. So it was Jamaica land we love. 3 hell pigs. Juliet.
Oh my
you can't
God.
imagine that?
That was a moment. That was a moment. 3 Jamaicans on the podium.
Oh my goodness.
That's what you call a clean sweep.
Clean sweep in 100 meter in the sprint.
Let me tell you, every country says their anthem is the greatest in the world.
Jamaica's the greatest anthem, man.
Yes.
And
yes,
that's why I'm so
doubt.
shocked when I go to like functions or to the stadium and I see people sitting down, not understanding what that Jamaican national anthem means. It's sad.
And you know,
it's sad.
On that point,
sad.
It is because the Americans understand what their anthem means, why they treat it so reverential. Because guess what? When I'm in an American stadium, and I've been to NFL games, NBA games, MLS games, and when the anthem plays, the only reason I stand up because it's not my anthem, but I'm saying no, I can't disrespect the people in my anthem, and they get up for theirs. I have to show respect by getting up for theirs. But you're in our stadium, and man a
Man
rules,
just eat a peanut.
man a bill spliff, man a talk, man a do all kind of things, and I'm saying, brother, if you can't show reverence for the anthem,
and you dare not say anything to them in regards to paying reverence.
If I'm commentating a football match and the anthem is played before every Premier League game, and myself and Lance Whitaker, we always, if we are speaking and they say, okay, gentlemen, the anthem, we stand, and we're the commentators, you can't see us.
That's a norm.
But we stand for the anthem because it's our anthem.
But I think people don't understand the reason why they're standing for their national. That flag, you see, whenever I see that flag, that Jamaica flag, it means everything to me. And I must stand in reverence.
Yep. Acknowledge the symbol of your country. Absolutely so. All right. So
and just to add a little thing to it, some of those persons, they lack the what should you say now? They need to get out and see what's happening and see how Jamaica is respected and see what's happening out there.
True.
Believe you me.
Very true. All right. So we forget that people. There's a very interesting event coming up now. It's going to be before the men's 100 meters final, but I'm certain it will grab your interest. It's a small matter of the men's 1500 meters, and they're on track in semifinal 1. Josh Kerr, the Brit, and Jakob Ingebrigtsen, they have this rivalry that they want to settle at these Paris Games. And let's join the first semifinal, which is on the way. of what they say is the biggest feud at the Olympics between the 1500 men, Jakob Ingebrigtsen from Norway and Josh Kerr from Great Britain, both through easing through in that semi-final. Ingebrigtsen winning in 3:32.38 seconds, Kerr qualifying with 3:32.46 seconds. Also qualifying Cole Hawker from the United States, 3:32.54, as well as Brian Komen from Kenya, ran hard all the way through for 3:32.57. Then Stefan Niels from the Netherlands, 3:32.73. That was a personal best. And Pietro Arese from Italy, a 3:33.03. Every time I see an Italian named Pietro, I remember Pietro Minea, whose 200 meters world record was destroyed by Michael Johnson, the gold spikes at Atlanta 1996. Wayne is over there in Paris. I don't know if Wayne can snag an interview with Jakob Ingebrigtsen or Josh Kerr at some point. That would be good. He's been getting the international stars as well as the Jamaican stars. Wayne, take it away.
Yeah, well, we're just getting some news, we meaning nationwide. We're getting some news that the Jamaica team management is at the moment putting together a protest over the 800 meters with Natoya Goule, and they believe that an athlete or two would have pushed her from the inside and it broke her stride. They're saying if she was pushed from the outside, it wouldn't matter too much. But because the runner who pushed her did it on the runner, all runners who did it from the inside, they believe that was unfair to her and it broke her stride and threw her game off. She came into the mix though. Normally she's someone who's willing to talk to the media, and I stopped her and she said no, she doesn't want to talk. So the source that told us that the Jamaica team is at the moment putting together, if not already launched the protest, that she was so disappointed. She went straight to them and they've decided to put in the protest. I think they've got an hour to put the protest in between the race and the end of the day, and that's what they're doing at the moment. And based on the time that I got the information that the protest has been put together, it probably should have been in already. But the latest is that the Jamaica team management is protesting over the 800 meters of Natoya Goule.
Thank you very much for that, Wayne Walker, over there in Paris. That's why he's on the ground, to give us that kind of insight. We're in studio. We couldn't ever get that information. So, Goule topping. They did mention it on commentary that she was bounced around, elbowed around by the women as they crowded her on the crown of the bend as the race came to its climactic segment. And she believes that they knocked her off stride. And so that's, as Wayne says, the basis of the protest lodged. Team, from your experience, how likely is it that these things are successful?
Well, it depends on how much it really affected her performance.
And tell me about the technical side of being pushed from outside in as opposed to being pushed from inside out.
Well, it's like the lane. If you run and you touch the outside line of your lane, you are not penalized as much as if you touch the inside lane, because if you go on the outside, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. But touching the line on the inside, you are seeking an advantage. So the same thing applies here now with them pushing from the inside, pushing her out. So it is pushing her to a disadvantage. So I guess that's why they are doing that.
I think it was Juliet who mentioned her size and the fact that she likes to front run clearly to clear away from trouble, because the bigger, taller, more powerful athletes, TC was the one who said it, who are prone to jostle and to push her around, and she wanted to escape that.
Yes, and we see the reason why she would want to choose to run like that. And it's difficult because it's a one-lane race. Mm-hmm. And so it is going to have to be a situation where it is clearly seen where her stride was broken and it threw her off from progressing in the manner in which she was. So it is going to be a case of whether or not you can, when you read the replay, if you can prove that.
All right, so Mary Mora, Worknesh Mesele, Daly Cooper Gaspar, Phoebe Gill, and Abby Caldwell all finished in front of Natoya Goule. Two of those women qualified automatically, Mary Mora and Worknesh Mesele. So it remains to be seen if the culprit, if there's found to be a culprit who impeded Natoya Goule, if the disqualification of that athlete, what it will do for Goule and the 800 meters final. All right.
And just going back to what I said earlier, if you go to the right, to the outside lane, you will not be disqualified per se, but if you interfere with someone else now, that is where you'll get disqualified.
All right, semifinal 2 of the men's 1500 meters is on track. Remember that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 qualifiers came out of semifinal 1. Let's see what semifinal 2 has in store. In the men's 1500 meters semifinal, the usual suspects are through. The men we expect to battle for the gold medal are there, and they have a talented cast around them. The women's high jump is over. The Ukrainian Yaroslava Mahochik has won gold, her best jump, 2 meters. Second was the woman from Australia, Nicola Oilslagers. She produced 2 meters as well, but on the count back, Yaroslava had a better sequence of jumps than Oilslagers, so that's how she got the gold. So gold for Ukraine, silver for Australia, and in third, the Ukraine also having the athlete with the bronze medal, Irina Gerashenko. She produced a season's best 1.95 meters. She cleared 1.95 meters for that bronze medal. So gold and bronze for Ukraine in the women's high jump, silver for Australia. So that's the women's high jump. The women's 1500 meters semis are over. Yeah, we know the finalists going forward for that big event on Monday. Yeah, they're there. It only leaves us this evening on the schedule. Well, the evening in Paris, but this afternoon in Jamaica for the men's 100 meters final, the small matter of the men's 100 meters final. We can take the look at the lane assignments. I gave you the 8 finalists from Longo from moments after the third and final semifinal was completed. I gave you those lane draws, the qualifiers rather, and now it's time to tell you who is running in which lane. All right, my graphic is loading and it comes up right about now. So here we go, folks, for that final, which comes up in about 20 minutes time. Lane 1, Kenneth Benerick from the United States. Lane 2, Fred Curley from the United States. Lane 3, Kishane Thompson, Jamaica. Or let me go again. They're starting with lane 2, not lane 1. Lane 2, Kenny Benerick from the United States. Lane 3, Fred Curley, USA. Lane 4, Kishane Thompson, Jamaica. Lane 5, Akani Simbini, South Africa. Lane 6, Oblique Seville, Jamaica. Lane 7, Noah Lyles, the United States. Lane 8, Let's See the Tobago from Botswana. And the Olympic champion, they've asked him to run from the parking lot lane. His name is Lamont Marcel Jacobs, out there in lane 9. He's widest of all. And yeah, so there we have it. So those are the 8 men, 3 from the United States, 2 Jamaicans, and then we have 2 African countries represented. Simbini from South Africa and the Botswanan, Letsile Tebogo, both countries very close to each other in southern Africa. Together you have South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Botswana. And I have fond memories of Botswana. Any of you in here ever been to Botswana? No. Okay.
I've never been to any African country.
You've never been to Africa?
Well, I went to Morocco.
Yeah, I've been
so that's north.
Morocco. Yes.
Way north.
Far.
Very far.
Yeah, man. Very far.
Very far.
South Africa and Botswana.
So much so the complexion changed.
And the hair and everything
and
else.
Everything changed.
So,
yeah,
2 African countries represented. Botswana and South Africa. 2 Caribbean, 2 from the Caribbean, both from Jamaica, Thompson and Seville, and 1 European here, represented by Lamont Marcel Jacobs. And
in the parking lot.
In the parking lot. There's no Caucasian man here, and it fits the profile of previous Olympic finals where it's a black man's thing. This 100 meters final. In the same way you expect certain events to be dominated by certain people from a certain part of the world, the Olympic 100 meters final is the black man's domain, and so it remains to this day. It's 2:30. I think we should take a break, catch a breath, and come back for this Olympic sprint to the 100 meters start, and then the commentator will tell you what the athletes do over 9 seconds and change.
So you think all toilet paper is the same?
Yeah, basically, tissue is tissue.
You obviously never experienced the domino effect then.
No, what that?
Feel this.
Wow, that is soft.
Not just soft, Domino toilet paper is also super strong and ultra absorbent. Basically, you're getting comfort where you need it most.
So yeah, you want to give me this one, right?
Domino toilet paper. Experience the domino effect and get softness all around you. Available at retail stores near you.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion. With my KFC, I'm gonna be me, jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
As the world gathers for the Olympic Games, there is a special feeling in the air, the feeling of unity. It's a time when the entire nation comes together to cheer for their champions, to celebrate diversity, and to share in the joy of competition. At Imperial Optical, their aim is to unite our community with crystal clear vision through their expertise and wide range of eye care services and frames. Visit them today and see the world as one. Imperial Optical, focused on Olympics, focused on you.
So you think all toilet paper is the same?
Yeah, basically, tissue is tissue.
You obviously never experienced the domino effect then.
No, what not?
Feel this.
Wow, that is soft.
Not just soft, Domino toilet paper is also super strong and ultra absorbent. Basically, you're getting comfort where you need it most.
So yeah, you want to give me this one, right?
Domino toilet paper. Experience the domino effect and get softness all around you. Available at retail stores near you.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion. With my KFC, I'm gonna be me, jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Attention Jamaica! It's time to spice up your snack game with Excelsior Spice Bun. Imagine a soft, fresh, and flavorful bun that costs only $100. Sounds unreal, right? But it's real, and it's here. Perfect for busy go-getters and anyone who loves a great deal. Don't miss out on the best priced bun in town. Excelsior Spice Bun, your new favorite. Get yours today.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage is brought to you by
Or diamond sponsors.
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich.
Or gold sponsors.
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew.
Or silver sponsors.
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade.
Or bronze sponsors.
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks, First Rock Group, Grace Foods,
and or other sponsors.
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royalton Resorts, High-Low Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network. All right, 2:36 on the clock. We have 14 minutes to build up to the final of this men's 100 meters final. And I have the full team inside here with me at Broadcast House. Is Wayne Walker on the line? I wanted to get for him a feeling of what the feeling is like inside the Stade de France. It's a question that we like to ask people who are on the ground. Wayne needs to tell me if the tension, if he can feel the tension, he would, because he's Jamaican and there are two Jamaicans here and a lot riding on it. But if generally the fans inside the Stade de France, if they too are perhaps on tenterhooks, as so many in Jamaica are, they're gathering all across the country now. Wayne Walker, give us that flavor of what the feeling like inside the Stade de France at this time, 13 minutes away from the 100 meters final.
Well, it's been played in the stadium. He's taking the who knows, maybe go to the restroom, but making sure when that moment comes around, their eyes are only on one inside the Stade de France, packed to capacity. All sessions have been packed to capacity. So no sort of excitement at the moment. People just chatting amongst themselves. Who knows? They probably could be talking about what the possibility of a new Olympic record, where Usain's 9:63 in London could go. He set in 2012. Who knows? They could very well be looking at even more. Kishane was so utterly devastated. So much.
The connection isn't that great.
And
all right, let's cut from that. Wayne is trying his best, but the connection won't allow him to be audible and steady for the listeners. So we have to abandon the feed for now. All right, so let's go again. Kenny Bednarek, lane 2. What's his best hope in this race, Michael Carr?
It's as good as any.
Hold the thought, Michael. Let's just make sure that Wayne is able to get through his thoughts and then move away. Wayne, are you hearing us?
Yes, George.
Much better.
I'm working with multiple gadgets, so from time to time I switch over the Wi-Fi from one to the next, and it caught me off guard just now. But yeah, we're back now. I was just telling you that the stadium is a bit quiet. There's some music being played here, and people taking the opportunity to go to the restroom, of course, grabbing a bite, have a drink, chatting amongst themselves, because they want to make sure that when the big one comes up, their eyes will only be focused on the 100 meters of real estate inside the Stade de France here. So many possibilities tonight. Usain ran 9:63, the Olympic record in London in 2012. Many people are believing that Kishane has the potential to go below that. They're wondering if Noah is going to make the podium. Many people believe that Simbini will be on the podium. They don't know who he's going to kick off, but they believe that he's so consistent at this championship, he will be on it. The smart money here, though, and quite rightly so, is on Kishane. They also believe that Oblique is going to run a banger tonight. Noah Lyles ran in the semifinal, and his job, many people believe, was not just to get into the final. His job was to beat Oblique. He has walked around with that defeat in Kingston at the races in his pocket. Almost Jamaican would say he's carrying belly for Oblique, and that's what spurred him on in that semi-final. And he really wanted the psychological advantage of beating Oblique before the final. They'll have to trash it out in the final in under 10 minutes time. But the atmosphere here is really nice. It's building up nicely. It's the quiet before the storm. You get the impression. It's 9:40 here tonight. 80,000 people crammed inside this outstanding stadium, and they're all waiting to see one of the biggest prizes in sport, the 100 meters champion for men at the Olympic Games. The tickets for the women's final yesterday, €540. Tonight, you can't get a ticket in the A block for less than €1,000 because they're sold in blocks. So the highest ticket yesterday for the women went for $540. Tonight you can't get it for less than €1,000, and that's a lot of money for a ticket. You're talking about World Cup final tickets here, and that's how comparable the 100 meters men's final at the Olympic Games is. Millions and millions of eyes around the world, I'm sure, are glued to this.
Thank you very much, Wayne. Thank you for giving us the sense of how the stadium is readying itself for this contest. Mikey had asked you, what's Kenny Bednarek's best hope for a finish in this race?
One of the minor placings. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely one of the minor placings.
All right.
I look at him about fourth.
About fourth.
Yeah.
All right. Let me do it this way. Let me stick with you and ask you your 3 medalists in order in this event.
Thompson, Oblique, and I will go with Casey on this one with Curly coming third.
Go Casey. Why Casey?
Casey didn't say nothing yet.
I said it half the year. I might switch on him now.
All right. Casey knows I'm going to come to him last because he has some theories that he's working with. TC, your medalists in order. So hold on, Michael. So you say Kishane, Oblique, and Curly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, TC.
Going into the semifinals, I would have said Thompson, but checking back, looking back, rerunning it in my head, Oblique really looked smooth. So I'm gonna go Oblique. And then Thompson and Lyles.
All right.
Curly looked good, but I think Lyles has something to prove.
Juliet.
He may have something to prove, but I think Oblique looks really good. Looks the most comfortable running that 981. Thompson looked good, but I wasn't as impressed, I think, with his semi-final run. And Fred Curley looked really good. So I'm going to go with Thompson still because of his strength. And he's very powerful. So I think he can power his way through. So I'm going to go with Thompson, Oblique, and Curley.
All right. So same as Michael Carr. So Thompson, Seville, Curley, the gold, silver, bronze medalists, according to Michael Carr and Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. TC, you've gone. Who's your bronze medalist?
Fred
Curley. So both of you have gone.
Lyles.
You said Lyles. So you picked another American.
Yeah.
What say you now, Raymond Casey Graham?
Oh, this one is tough.
It is tough.
Yeah, this one is tough. I prefer to put them 4 names in a hat and pull them out. That's
4 names
That can't
for
work.
3 medals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rough. For the first time,
So what happened if after you pull out, Civil came out last?
Not last, after 4.
Four. Yeah, that
To
would
be
be
honest
last.
with you, I am a coward. I can't call this one.
Coward?
No, you can't do that.
No, you can't.
You can't do that. You have to call.
No.
You have to call.
It's difficult.
You have to say
I've
something.
never seen a race that is so complex, so stacked.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't call it. To be honest,
Call it.
No, man, you have to put something
cannot
on
do
the
that.
Wow.
Cannot be
not
chicken.
Casey.
You cannot do that.
No.
Okay.
Put something upon the board.
Fred Curley
Yes, man.
is the fastest man in the field. He has the best PB, 976. Kishane Thompson, the second best, 977. I don't think we have seen Thompson at his best yet. I have to go, okay, based on from
He's taking too long.
Yeah,
George is taking too long.
Wow, this one is tough.
Call it, man. Call it. Look, all right, hold on. Casey, I don't want you to analyze it. I want you to call it.
Call it.
Who wins gold, silver, and bronze?
It is tough.
Come on.
Just say something.
Wow.
Your colleagues have done so. Come
Okay, I go with Seville
for gold.
for gold, Thompson for silver, and Fred Curley for the bronze.
All right. So the only
That was
difference,
brave. That was brave.
The only difference across is that TC
Third
thinks
place.
that Lyles will get silver. It's the only point of difference. But the gold and silver, it's unity in the room. You know, I just think that on the outside, Jacobs may snaffle bronze. In fact, I really don't care who wins bronze as long as we get gold and silver in whatever order. But
You ate late last night.
no, I only eat early in the mornings. There you go. All right. So that is what the team is reporting. Let me ask my producer, Arlo, explain what say you. Who's
Well,
winning the
we don't
medals?
hear your own judge.
Wait, no, let me not come to you.
No.
Who's winning the medals?
Before you go over there, one your own.
I don't
Let's
understand.
do it in the room before you go
I don't
outside.
understand how you want to moderate the moderator. Come, Alric, tell me yours. Give me your gold, silver, bronze. My producer says Thompson, Seville, Lyles. So he's working with TC's predictions.
Yeah.
Damian Cunningham, our technical operator. What say you, sir? I'm not hearing you. Yeah, man. What say you, Damian? Seville, Thompson, and Lyles. Nigel Austin. What say you? Just tell me Nigel's. Kishane. Noah is beating Seville. You must be joking. Yeah? Anyway, all right.
That's
so
his opinion.
That's his opinion.
Yeah.
Kareem Boy, I think, is he hearing me? Which 3 medals? How the medals going? I need to just canvass the room quickly.
Why, moderator, take long, you know.
Might take long. Who are the medals? Who'll win the medals here today? Which two? So who's winning gold? Kishane, Seville, and who else? Lyles, he says. All right. All I know is that Thompson wins gold and silver goes to Seville. I don't business with the rest. Anybody care
As long as we get one, too.
I really don't care about that. Let's go across to our commentator for the proper build-up to the men's 100. For Jamaica in some respects, but in perspective, not disappointment. You can't go to your first major championship, to the Olympics of all major championships, and win a silver medal and say that you are disappointed.
No.
So I have to put that in context, because I know many people say, oh my God, the man no win gold, but this is his first time in this stratified, in this rarefied air. Noah Lyles has been here a million times, as someone on the panel has been saying to us, and Fred Curley's also experienced. Kishane Thompson is just come. If you want a big word to describe Kishane Thompson, you'd say parvenu, Parvenu. It means newly risen in status, and that's what he is. He is a parvenu at this level, Kishane Thompson, and he has brought his parvenu status to a gold medal run at 9.79 seconds, the same time as Noah Lyles, not even an inch separating them at the photo finish. Lyles is the world champion. Lyles is now the Olympic champion. Kishane Thompson is Olympic silver medalist, and Fred Curley has won bronze, and Oblique Seville did not fire. 9.91 for him. He came home 8th and last, and the Olympic champion, the defending champion from Tokyo, Marcel Jacobs, a season's best 9.85 is what he threw down, but that was good enough only for 5th spot. I'll take reactions from the panel now. I'll start with you, Juliet.
Boy, adrenaline. I felt like I was running the race. Not the way I thought it was going to go. Of course, we had Fred Curley there to get a medal. Oblique really did look good in the semifinals in all the rounds, thinking that he would have enough to get back into the finals and get on the podium. Not today. Was not going to happen. Lyles, I thought he would have possibly gotten 4th. Lyles ended up winning this 9.79. And Thompson, we have to give him his flowers. We have to say kudos to Thompson. He came out pretty much, a newbie, and is able to come to the Olympic Games and win a silver medal in a fantastic time, 9.79 for him. A fantastic run, no lines. You can't take that away from him. A true champion, and, we need this. We need people like Lyles in these sprinting events to make it exciting. So, kudos to all of them.
Before I go around the team, let's go to the studio coach where Kareem Boyatings is located. Kareem? Oh, he's not there. All right, let's go. So here's the thing now. The fact of the matter is that on June 1, 2024, on June 1 this year, if you told track and field insiders that Kishane Thompson would have gotten a lane in the final of the Paris Olympics 100 meters, you'd have been laughed out of the stadium. They'd have said Kishane who? Least of all, more. Consider then, if you told track and field insiders that, they'd laugh you out of town. If you told casual observers of track and field, they'll say, who named Kishane Thompson? That was the first thing. So the fact is that on this day in sports, August 4, 2024, we are saying Kishane Thompson, Olympic silver medalist, is something to be celebrated, even though he did not win the color medal that we wanted. But in real terms, what he has done is still something tremendous, and that's how I want people to consider it. Michael Carr, what say you about the performance of Lyles, Thompson, Curley, Seville, and the others in this men's 100 meters final?
Well, we predicted, we got 2 out of 3 predictions in terms of the top 3. Unfortunately, not in the position as though we had it, but we still had the personnels. When I looked at Kishane, that last 20 meters, I saw where he got tight. If you looked at his neck, those muscles started to stand up. So he tightened up a bit down there. And I think that is what cost him the race. 9.79, nowhere near, I think, what he can do and should have done. The tension was high at the beginning. And for a newcomer to this stage, it will take its toll on you. And I think that is what. But due respect to Noah Lyles, I mean, he has been there. He has more experience than them in situations like these. And I think that this was what he used to do what he did. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to
Seville.
To Seville. He finished way down the pack.
Yes.
Right, but, hats off to Noah Lyles. He proved, I think he psyched them out, in my opinion, too. The way he came out and people were looking at him through the corner of their eyes and stuff like that. And he did what he did. But, you know, he has been there, done that, and he delivered when it matters most.
TC?
Lyles, the last thing I said with regards to Lyles when we were going around the table earlier was that he has something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely proved something this evening. Seville chose the wrong time to have a bad outing. But of course he's in the final, made the final. Thompson, I think experience might have gotten the better, or lack of it thereof might have gotten the better of him. Mikey mentioned the last 30, but I want to go back to the start of the race. I don't think he trusted his drive phase enough. Came up running very, very early, and it would only suggest then that nerves was at play. It was a great final. Had all of us on pins and needles, and I think the 100-meter sprinting is back
on the men's side.
On the men's side,
KC.
Wow. This whether you like him or not, you have to give him kudos. I think he going to that race. Every Jamaican, if Fred Curley had won that race, most Jamaican would have felt better. You have to give the man his kudos. He full of confidence. He's a showman. Track and field.
And we should love him for that.
Yeah,
of course.
Absolutely. You're right. Look here, track and field is boring.
Yes.
You just go to watch a race, 100 meters, everybody just run through the 100 and that's it.
Yes.
This man brings something. He brings
you either
flair.
like him or you dislike him.
He brings flair.
Yes.
Flair to
And
the
sport
event.
needs it.
And sports need it. And I think he went to the final under the most pressure.
Yeah.
Knowing that people want him to lose.
Yes.
When I saw his pre-race antics, I said, wow, he's ready.
Yes.
I whispered to TC before the race, you know that Lyle's going to win? And he agreed with me.
Yes.
But you know, Jamaicans don't like when you say that.
Yes.
It's a good, it's a big, it's one of the most stuck 100-meter field ever in track and field. And when you see all 10, all 8 at least went under 9-1, which is good. And you have to give Fred Curley credit too. He look at the reaction time, very good. But Thompson is not a loser. Going to the world at this level and to get your silver
One
medal
shot
at 9.79, the second fastest time ever. You have to give the man a lot of credit, and this is good for him because inexperience got the better of him. It reminds me of Tia Clayton in the women event. So
all right, I think we have Kishane Thompson with Wayne Walker. Go ahead, Wayne. Wayne? Go ahead.
Oh, I just athletes. I want to say. We're ready to go?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
All right, Kishane. I don't know. What kind of emotions are you going through now? Are you happy in your first Olympic Games you're able to win a silver? Or are you disappointed that having come in as the fastest man in the world and the overwhelming favorite, you were not able to launch the gold?
Honestly, I'm really grateful. I can be happier, but I'm really grateful and satisfied that I finished injury-free. You know, I think upon this fight, everybody knows my story. I was plagued with injuries. So really to make it here and to give one of my best performances, not my best. So I'm really grateful for it. I mean, I made a mistake. I know of my mistakes now. I'm just gonna keep on working and doing it the best as I can.
Were you impatient to get to the line?
I'd say I didn't trust myself enough and my speed to bring me to the line in the right position that I needed to be.
You're only human, so you would be nervous. How nervous were you?
Honestly, I wasn't nervous. I was excited nervous. Not nervous to the sense of I couldn't control myself. I was nervous and excited to go. But I should have been more focused and patient with myself. I need to help me a bit more.
Yeah. Is there a tinge of disappointment though that you didn't win the gold?
Honestly, it's not just that I didn't win the gold. It's that I didn't better myself in a sense. Because I really wanted to better myself. No offense to anyone, but today was alright. First of all, today I really gained a lot of experience running with all these great competitors. big up to every one of them. But in a sense, as I said, I really beat myself today. And I didn't trust myself enough and my speed to bring me to the line in first place.
One last question. If you had it to do over again, what would you do different?
No, I wouldn't do anything over.
You do the same thing you did just now?
No. I don't look at it as to do it over. I made a mistake. I have to just take it and move on. There's no going back.
Sure.
Understand? So I wouldn't even think about doing it over again.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed, but I'm also glad. I'm grateful. I just gotta move on and keep on bettering my best. I wouldn't give. If I had win here, I would be glad. But then at the same time, I finished injury free, and I made my mistakes. I know what I should improve on now. So for that experience, I'm super grateful.
Thank you so much, Kishane. You won a silver. Be proud of yourself.
Yeah, man.
Wayne Walker there with Kishane Thompson. Casey, you wanted to say something?
What went wrong with Oblique Civil? Everybody can. I didn't. He was in it, right?
Not really.
He was in it.
Not really.
Never in the race. Never a factor. Never a factor. Wasn't brilliantly out. Never got it from then, and
after 40 meters, he was backwards.
Yeah, swallowed up by the field.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to tell you that the Noah Lyles won 9.79. Kishane Thompson second with the same time 9.79. Fred Curley bronze with a season's best 9.81. Akani Simbini fourth in a national record for South Africa 90. Your phone can't go on vibrate? Yeah, put it on vibrate, man. Fred Curley third 9.81, a season best 9.81. Akani Simbini with a national record 9.82 for South Africa. The defending champion Lamont Marcel Jacobs 9.85, season's best. Let's see the Tobago from Botswana sixth in a national record 9.86 for Botswana. Kenny Benerick 9.88. And when was the last time someone ran 9.88 in an Olympic final and finished seventh? Yeah, consider that. And then Oblique Seville, he finished eighth with 9.91. Let's go over to the studio couch.
All right, George. Yes, I'm still here with Daniel Jarrett. Firstly, congratulations to Kishane Thompson with that silver medal, 9.79. It's just spectacular. But I'm also seeing on social media where apparently Oblique Seville did an interview in the mix zone, and he's saying that he felt his groin halfway through the race, but he still powered through. But Daniel, what did I say to you prior to the race?
Don't count out Noah Lyles.
Never that, bro. Like, for me, Noah Lyles is a champion performer, and I've been saying this, like him or not, it's once you are a champion performer, once you can literally produce your best in a final, which you've seen him done many times before, that for me, as I've said to you, I will never take him off my podium. Absolutely not. And I said to you, maybe those two losses will fuel him to go better. And, well, yeah.
I really and truly I made some TikToks earlier on about Noah Lyles, but fun and joke aside, I just want to send big ups to Noah Lyles for winning, as well as Kishane Thompson.
Yes.
Excellent performance, first time at the Olympics, first time at a major championship for Jamaica in the Jamaica jersey, and delivering on the big stage a silver medal. Big ups to him. I heard his interview a while ago, and I was like, throughout most of the interview, he was a bit, kind of feel like he could have done better, and you can't tell a man say, he can't do, he couldn't do better, but
right.
At the end of the day, it's just a case where you have done as well enough to get that silver medal at the major championship, the highest of the highest.
Yes.
And for that, you should be proud. And as a Jamaican, and I'm sure Jamaica is also proud of Kishane, and not only Kishane, but also Oblique Seville,
yes,
who continues to put our name in the final.
Yes.
In the 100-meter finals at major championships. So the two men represented well, and I just want to give hats off to both of them. Thank you very much.
It is our first medal since Usain Bolt in 2017 when he got that bronze medal at the World Championships. It's our first medal in an Olympics since 2016. So that is just spectacular all by itself. Kishane Thompson, your debut year, and they're doing spectacularly well. Congratulations once again to him, and congratulations to Oblique Seville. Sign off from the coach. Coach George, over to you.
Thank you very much, Kareem, and thank you for your contribution to this day. Let me just say, I'm just looking back at the time. Kishane Thompson lost the gold medal by 5,000ths of a second. Just listen. Just consider that. 1 second is the shortest unit of time.
Yeah.
He lost by 5,000ths of 1 second. It's because when you went to the lower decimal places, Lyles 9.79784, Thompson 9.79789. So 3 decimal places there, 1,000. 5,000ths of a second was a difference between Noah Lyles' torso hitting the line and Kishane Thompson's torso coming through. Lyles winning in a personal best. So Lyles did a personal best. Kerr did the season's best. Simbine did a national record. Jacobs did a season's best. And Tobogo did a national record. All in 100 meters final. Sometimes because of our disappointment, we don't take in the totality of what we've seen. We've just seen one of the great races in history. Not just in the Olympics or World Championships. We've just witnessed one of the great races in history. And a Jamaican newcomer, a just come, failed by 5,000ths of a second to win gold. So I'm saying that we should appreciate it like that and not go cuss nobody now and say, boy, this, that. You know how we stay. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that. But at the same time, we have to acclaim the champion. Noah Lyles spoke the talk. And the man walk and run the run.
Yeah, Jamaicans hard to please now. I remember we in the women we came 1, 2, 3. We won the relay. We didn't break the world record, and the entire stadium was disappointed.
Yeah.
That's how we are.
Don't forget, didn't we win the World Championships with Sherika Jackson, the 4x1? And when she came across the line and saw the clock, she was like,
Yeah.
And you said, but girl, you just win gold, you know, but no, because
Time.
of the world record. So it's just part of us. It's perhaps why we are excellent, a part of the process as well. Does Wayne Walker have a Bleak Seville? No, okay. So just before we go, listeners, we have a moment of the day again. Oh, we have the basket to give away. We have a beautiful basket here from Sunshine Snacks, loaded with goodies. We have a question for you. It's in the run. Oh, so our producers put an easy question in the run for us today. It's not the mixed relay final question. That's not it. Okay. Questions. Okay, there we go. So the question is, what's the name of the athlete from St. Vincent and the Grenadines who advanced to the final of the women's 800 meters? Who's the athlete from St. Vincent and the Grenadines that will run in the final of the women's 800 meters? If you give me that answer, you will get this loaded Sunshine Snacks basket with all kinds of things in there, right? You'll get that. So just give us a call, 630-9371, 9372, 9373, 9374, or 618-8255. While we take the call, while we give the calls a chance to come in, just to recap what we've seen so far today. Michael, a brilliant 100 meters to end the day. We didn't get gold, but we have pride and a silver to show.
Definitely. I know that we are all disappointed, and I say we because I am, and I know my panelists, co-panelists are also, it's not getting the gold. But at the same time, we have to give thanks. We got a silver medal, and and we lost by 5,000 of a second. That says a lot, and I'm sure that Kishane has left this final a better athlete.
For sure.
I'm sure of that.
All right. But before I go around the table, in fact, I should take those comments as the moment of the day. So Mikey has given me his already. Give me Chris on the phone. Chris, good afternoon. Chris name dial tone. Credit done? Or are you have him on the wrong line? Is Chris there? Yeah, he's there. Chris, good afternoon. Hello? Hello? Keisha, good afternoon, Keisha.
Hey, John.
How you do? How you do?
I'm good. I'm blessed up to all the panelists as per usual. I realize that the same person. Bless up everybody, and to my favorite, Mr. Michael Clark, bless up yourself.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, answer the question, Keisha.
All right, Mr. Ryan, but I want to comment on the 100 meters.
Try for the question first, and then you give me a quick comment. Yeah, man. The name of the athlete from St. Vincent and the Grenadines who advanced to the final of the women's 800 meters. Who's that?
Oh my God, I was watching that one.
All right, no problem. So what's your comment on the 100 meters then?
Honestly, I have Kishane to win, but I'll be honest to you, I was very panicked when I saw how long. I have never watched a global event, and I saw them take so long to get them on their marks, and I believe that had something to do with it. Psyche, even oblique civil.
So you're saying the delay benefited the veteran lads, but it counted against the young, the more less experienced ones.
Yes, and it will even have more impact on Kishane than the others, where nerves is concerned.
Yeah. All right, Keisha, hear you on that. Thank you for the quick comment.
One more thing to identify is the first time that all men went under 10 seconds.
Well, not even under 10, under 9.91. Yeah, because a whole heap of room left from 9.91 to 10. Thank you for pointing that out, Keisha. Thank you.
All right, blessing.
All the best. Wayne has an update from Paris for us. Good afternoon again, Wayne.
Well, good night. 10:21 here in Paris. But I understand. No, it's an update on the protest lodged by the Jamaica team management in the 800 meters to Natoya Goule. Well, tell you what, the referee blocked it. They didn't want to change the decision. The Jamaica management team then showed them the rule. But the officials, they're sticking with the decision. So what the Jamaicans have done, they've filed another one, and they're now waiting on the response.
All right, so they're adamant, the Jamaicans, that they want justice for Natoya Goule.
They walk with the rule book, George, to show the officials. And when the official decided they're standing their ground, they decided that, you know what, we're going to go with another one. So they filed another one, and they're now waiting to see what the response is.
All right, your reaction to that 100 meters final, Wayne. We heard your line of thinking in your questions to Kishane Thompson, but sometimes that doesn't reflect the journalist's opinion. It's just to get the answers that the public wants. Your impression of how the men carried themselves over those 9.79 seconds.
Yeah, one of the things that I noticed while looking at the replay, because most times I do that to sort of get a better, idea of what happened in the race. I realized, first of all, that Kishane didn't get off to the greatest of starts. I mean, he's not the greatest of starters, but he didn't get off to the greatest of starts, and that didn't help. Noah Lyles is a mentality monster. He's a man for the occasion. He came here with the intention of replicating what Carl Lewis did in 1984 to win 4 gold medals. And this was the hardest of the 4. Who is now going to stop him from winning the other 3, the 4x4, the 4x1, and the 200 meters? But the only thing I can say, both came back in 9.79. Noah Lyles produced a time that he has never produced in his life. Kishane didn't get up to the level that we know he can, and that was the difference tonight. It was just the occasion, and I think Noah Lyles managed the occasion much better than Kishane. As he said, it's his first Olympic Games. He's enjoying the moment. He's got to learn. These are occasions not for the faint of heart. And Noah Lyles, his heart and his mentality is as big as they come. And when you come calling him on the big day, he's going to perform, man. And tonight he delivered. It's willpower stuff, man.
Thank you very much for that, Wayne. Let's go back to the phone, see if we can give away the Sunshine Snacks basket. Alric is online. Good evening, Alric. Good afternoon,
Hi,
Alric.
George. How are you on the panel?
Yeah, man. Good to hear from you, man. What's the answer you have for us?
Congratulations, Shafiqa Maloney.
Yeah, man. You're correct. Shafiqa Maloney.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, hold the line, Alric. Your namesake, the producer, will take your details and arrange for you to get this basket.
George,
yes.
I'd like to congratulate all our runners, Thompson, Sybil, everybody. But this is Thompson. I just said 3 months ago, I didn't know his name.
Yes.
And he went to the Olympics at age 22 and ran second. Big achievement.
Yes.
Experience got the better of him, I think. He learned and he'll be back. As you know in our rating terms, he'll be back.
Yeah, man. For sure.
Congratulations to him and all the Jamaicans.
All right, and congratulations to you for winning the Sunshine Snacks basket.
Thanks,
all right? Hold the line and give your details to Alric.
Okay.
As I ask that you consider the moment of the day, we're going to play the stinger and everything to make it official. But I want the panel to consider this. And, I've loved track and field from I was a wee lad all the way through. One of the things that always puts me off is people think track and field is the easiest sport to analyze. Everybody knows that if Mikey run 9.5 and Juliet run 9.3, it means that Juliet faster than Mikey. Not so, because when they come together, there are a lot of dynamics that would cause the race to go a certain way. And when Kishane ran the 9.77 at the trials and eased off, track and field fans have this thing where in their head 1 + 1 = 2 all the times. And that's not how sport works. So they're saying, oh, but if you run 9.77 and a run full out, that means if you run full out, you run 9.6. That's not how, and it's over decades. It is something that frustrates me with track and field fans. The linear thinking, 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 1 = 3. So that means a 3 + 1 = 4 all the time. If you look like you jog 9.8, and if you run hard, you must run 9.6 something or 9.7 something. It doesn't quite work like that because there are different dynamics at play, and so that's why some people will be so much more disappointed because they're going to say, you know what, the man run 9.77 in a stadium and look like him have more in him, and him got Olympics and only 9.79 him run. That not makes sense. Him flop then, man. Him can't manage the pressure. That's not true, because this is not a man who was not improved. As Michael Carr says, the athlete we saw at the national trials, that Kishane Thompson is inferior to the Kishane Thompson we've seen across 3 rounds here at the Paris Olympics. This is a better athlete leaving Paris, and importantly, he says, not only am I leaving a better athlete, I'm leaving a fit athlete I have no interest to complain about. Give me that moment of the day, Stinger Damien.
The moment of the day at the Paris Olympics is sponsored by KFC. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
All right, so Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn was riffing on something she's seen on social media. We can take that on air, Juliet. You can share that with us. But the moment of the day, I want to go. Who wants to go first about the moment of the day? TC says he's ready for his moment of the day.
I know everyone probably thinking I'm going to refer to the 100-meter final, but no, I'm going to refer to the 800-meter semifinal for women. Maloney of St. Vincent did a fantastic job getting into that final, putting her country in place to continue the Caribbean dominance that we have seen on the track at these Olympics.
Casey, your moment of the day?
My moment of the day is the manner in which my 400-meter hurdles for women, the way Sydney ran 53, 6 doing nothing.
Ridiculous, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. TC, I got TC's comments already. Juliet, your moment of the day.
I have to concur. I think I was up early this morning watching the and I can only imagine what she's going to do. And it was really, I mean, she was so easy. So easy. So that has to be my moment of the day.
Michael?
Why are you going to piggyback with them, you know?
The moment of the day is no one else. You can't say it to them.
No, well,
no, I think it was
that goes without saying. But that 53 run this morning, it makes you...
You mean that 53 jog?
Well, it makes you wonder what's going to happen come the final. I wouldn't be surprised if a new world record we get, based on how she looked and how she executed the race. Effortless. And 53, come on.
Ridiculous. All right, so the moment of the day. People are saying Sidney McLaughlin Leverone in the 400 meters hurdles, and then TC was the only outlier. He had the young woman from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is a worthy moment of the day as well. Shafiqua Maloney winning a place in the final with a strong run in the semis of the 800 meters. Don't forget that the Jamaican authorities have lodged a protest. They want to ensure that Natoya Goule Toppin gets justice. They said she was pushed around in the climactic part of the race and did not get her true place, as we see Shanika Ricketts on the podium getting her silver medal for her effort in the women's triple jump. TC?
George, I just want to add something, I think it's important. The referee on the track is a very, very powerful person.
Yes.
And if the referee turns his back, I don't know how many more appeals you're going to make to be successful.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and speaking from the perspective of an experienced administrator. Thank you for that, TC. I want to thank several people. I want to thank Kareem Boyer Things and his guest on the studio couch. I want to thank Alric Swaby for producing from 3 this morning. He's been here. Well, you live here, Alric. You have a change of clothes. You have a wardrobe somewhere. Jamaica would say wall robe. You have a wall robe somewhere on the compound. He's been here all morning. Jermaine King was here earlier on the technical side. Andrew Anderson was here as well. The anchor was run by Damian Cunningham today. Thanks Sonia Stewart for producing the studio couch. Thanks to all of the collaborating team. I saw Simone Luna and our HR manager here, who ensures that our guests are well taken care of upstairs in the penthouse section. And I want to thank the panel, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn doing the afternoon shift. I thank Michael Repechage Carr for doing both shifts, as did Trevor T.C. Campbell and Raymond Casey Grip. Raymond, you're off form today, because you said we got St. Thomas and we needn't have gone.
No, I said they should have gone.
Should have. You said should.
Should.
Yeah, wiggle yourself out.
No, I said should.
Skillful guy.
No, but he asked him to make a prediction.
And him carry come. Anyway, that's the broadcast.
Big still doing it.
Big long time, man.
Respect flow, man.
He cannot be unbig. Yeah? He cannot be unbig, alright? We leave you now with news that we return bright and early. Well, not even bright, because by the time we are here, it's not even bright yet. It's before bright. We're going to hear before day, as my granny would say, and we'll be continuing the coverage of the games of the 33rd
One thing I realize with you, though, George, you have been listening to your grandmother.
A lot.
Yeah,
have to. Yeah? Alright, good afternoon.
The moment of the day at the Paris Olympics was brought to you by KFC. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Nationwide 90 FM has just presented live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage was brought to you by
Or diamond sponsors.
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich.
Or gold sponsors.
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew.
Or silver sponsors.
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade.
Or bronze sponsors.
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks, First Rock Group, Grace Foods,
and or other sponsors.
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royalton Resorts, Hilo Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion. With my KFC, I'm gonna be me, jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Imperial, optical, crystal, clear view. True. Focus on winning. Focus on you. Never miss a moment.